now in tune to Agree to Disagree. Agree to Disagree on Urban Hype Radio with your hosts Superfly Forte, First Class, and DJ JT.
Yeah. You know, we gotta get that intro changed up. It's a little disrespectful.
It's
We gotta
very, not a little, very.
Yeah, that's right. You know, you guys are listening to
Why
it.
is it
That's a
disrespectful?
girl named Sierra.
Yeah.
Don't you put your name out there on your own because you're just that flat?
No, that's not fair. I feel like this is getting sexist in here.
No equality
What the
rights.
hell?
Take it there already.
Man. Don't worry, we will get that changed up. Give us a little bit of time. We got you. Yeah, so we back. Agree to disagree. You know how it goes. We're here to talk about topics. So hit us up. Let us know what you guys think. I mean, for the most part, we've been away for a little bit, so we'll do a little bit of a catch up.
Sierra's fault.
Yeah.
She tried to get her groove back like Stella.
I didn't try. I got it.
Oh, the groove back. Okay, I like it. So, yeah, let's start with Sierra because she's new. So, if you were to give us a snapshot, let's say for the last month and a
Just
half.
tell us about your trip,
Tell us what you could.
but not too much about your trip.
Yeah, tell
Not
us.
too much, but
Give me the Coles notes.
I was in Jamaica for my bachelorette with my girls.
okay.
And, yeah.
That's
It
the
was-
story. All right,
Wow,
guys.
okay.
It was wild.
Alright.
It was good. It was PG.
It was PG.
Yes.
All right,
But like
that's all we need
PG
to hear.
18.
You guys can see her
21.
face.
18. Yeah, that's what I put that out.
It was good. It was
She's
good.
saying adult accompaniment, but they're all adults.
Oh, man,
It was
that's
good, it
That's
was
good.
good.
Where in Jamaica did you stay?
Okay, so we stayed at the Rue in Ocherius.
Okay.
But we were never there.
Yeah,
Like we were in
okay.
Kingston every
That
day
definitely does not sound
partying.
PG-18.
Yeah.
We went to
Football.
Mobay one night. We were all over. We did a lot. It was fun.
Shouts to your dad too. I seen he was out
Yeah,
there.
my whole family was there too.
Dad was out there?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's crazy.
Okay,
Yeah,
shout out
Steenie
Pops.
was there. White Boy was there. It was crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Sounds good.
Yeah.
All right, first class, what about you? Snapshot, last 6 weeks.
Just been working. I got a new job, so
Oh,
you
congratulations.
know, I'm not gonna put what it is out there because too many people be flossing. But
okay,
got a new job, so I gotta save up my gas money. I'm on the 407 every day. And other than that, just regular life, man.
Sounds all right. So we're flat forte. You up?
Same with me, man. Unfortunately, I haven't made no trips recently. Got to get one in the works. Start planning. But just work life, man. Work life, grinding. It's all it's been lately.
Okay. Sounds good.
What about you?
All right. I mean, I don't want to make you guys sound boring, so I mean,
No, I'm boring.
mine
I'm
down.
fine being boring.
I know
I'm
this.
washed. I'm washed. It's okay.
Don't kill me. All right. So for myself, last 6 weeks, I have also been working just like everybody else. Outside of that, I went to Pennsylvania. I went to Soka Ski Fest, so it was a little event that they have out there. It's pretty good.
You know what? The funny thing about you is I've never seen you at any fest, but you go to every fest that's outside of Ontario.
Yeah, you know what? This is true. So yeah, I went out there for a couple of days, a weekend. That was like early, I want to say February. So yeah, had a great time. Met a lot of people. I guess you could say in the works of trying to plan my next trip. Hopefully, summertime or give or take somewhere around there. Don't know where I'm going yet though.
Okay.
So
Is it
yeah.
another Soka event? Like, is it a...
I mean, I want it to be.
I don't understand. I don't understand.
It's okay. It's not for everybody. But boy,
It's
oh boy.
definitely not for me.
When you get into that world, it's a different world, man. I miss that world.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, other than that, today's my birthday.
Happy
Oh,
birthday,
happy
sir.
birthday.
Thank you.
Happy birthday. You 48 now? Wow.
Yeah, I mean, like, you know, I feel like 48. I'm not 48, but, you know, slowly there.
It's all good, man.
Yeah.
Black
Hopefully
and
by tomorrow, you know, I'm feeling a little bit younger.
Yeah.
A little bit younger.
Maybe not if you have drinks in you tonight, but we'll see.
All right. So, yeah, I mean, that's pretty much what I've been doing, working, traveling. And, yeah, we're about to get my birthday weekend set off and see how that goes. Maybe I might have some stories for you next week. Yeah, so, yeah, you guys are listening to Agree to Disagree. Once again, hit us up on all streams of social media. A2D, the show. Let us know, especially on Instagram. If there's any topics you guys want us to cover, let us know. But we're about to get into our next segment, so don't go nowhere.
The Breakdown. The Breakdown.
Yeah, so that one was called The Breakdown. So that's where First Class and our girl Sierra gives you the juice. Let you know what's going on, what's hot, what's not. So, I don't know who wants to go first, but I'll leave it up to you guys.
I think I'm gonna let Sia take the lead on this one.
Okay.
You can figure it out.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah, that's you.
So I'm a bit. I don't want to say behind, but for me, because I stay up on the gossip, I'm a little bit behind because my mind is being elsewhere.
Okay.
But I have been tuning into obviously this Jussie Smollett stuff and Tristan.
All right,
Colby.
let's go one at
I'm
a
just
time.
saying,
Let's go one
I'm
at a
just
time.
saying.
Let's stop
We're
for a
gonna-
second. Let's just stop for 1 second. Can we clarify Jussie Smollett, not
Yeah.
Jesse?
It's
I don't
not
want.
Jussie,
I don't want no
Jussie.
dirt. I don't want no
It's
dirt on my name.
Jussie.
Jussie.
You're a
J-
Jeff.
U.
Jussie.
You're a Jeff.
I'm Jesse.
This is Jeff.
Exactly.
Okay.
All right.
So it's not you.
It's definitely not.
Clarification
All right,
needed.
cool.
Clarification needed.
Yeah. Okay. So we're starting with Jussie.
Yeah, we can
Sure,
try
let's do
that.
it.
All right. So again, honestly, with the Jussie stuff, I wasn't watching it
It's all right, cool. I'm
too
up on that.
tough
Go ahead.
because my mind was elsewhere
Yeah.
on a beach.
I mean, that's a
In
good
the
place to
sun.
be still.
But like more so when I was coming home from my trip, I started reading more into it, and I'm just baffled because I'm still trying to understand like what his motives were,
Mm-hmm.
and like I'm getting so many different storylines. So for those who don't know, which I don't know what rock you live under, but Jussie Smollett is an actor on the hit Fox show Empire.
Yeah.
I don't know if people still watch that. I used to watch it all the time. I'm not really into it as much.
Mm-hmm.
But he pretty much came out and said that he was attacked by
Two men.
two men. But did he say that they were part of a certain?
No, he was just saying that they racially.
Okay. So yeah, he said he was racially profiled, and also he's
I don't know what the word is, but
Gay.
Racial
slander.
slur.
Slander because it was
because he's
homosexual
he's
slander.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
And essentially, he said that they had spewed out a bunch of hateful words
Yeah.
Mhm.
towards him and beat him up. And
They also believe, I think, poured a chemical on him. He said.
Bleach.
oh yeah, they
Yeah,
bleached him. He
yeah.
said that they bleached him.
Mhm.
Now, obviously, when you first hear this, you're never gonna assume somebody's lying, right?
Yeah. For sure.
And like when I read the headlines, I was like, oh shit, that's crazy. Like
Yeah.
that sucks. I saw the picture of him in the hospital bed. Did you guys see that
Yeah.
too?
Yeah.
I saw that picture. I read the statement that the Smollett family had put out saying that they were just, supporting him and he's going to be okay, et cetera, et cetera. That is where I fell off from it. By the time I came back, it was a whole new
It's a new
story.
story now.
Essentially, that he was lying. I don't know, Jermaine, if you want to jump in there.
All right, so
Oh,
first
sorry.
and foremost, let's put the word out. Allegedly lying.
Oh,
It hasn't
okay.
been proven.
Right.
There's definitely mix up in the sauce there because there's a new report that came out. The Chicago police were looking into it, trying to charge him because he did pay them or one of the brothers $3,500. So it looked like a setup.
I have a question. Is he from Chicago, or is
I
that
don't
where
know.
they tape?
I don't
I didn't know
know.
he was
I don't know
from
why.
there.
Maybe he's
okay.
visiting. I don't know.
Okay. Yeah.
But anyway, he cleared that up. The $3,500 was actually for personal training. So he does know that person.
Yeah, they worked on
They
Empire
work.
too.
Yeah. They work.
Oh, okay. I
Yeah,
didn't
the
know
two
that
guys
part.
worked
Okay.
on Empire.
Yeah.
So, yeah, he paid them for, or one of them for personal training. There's text messages as well as a check that he put forward to show them, like, hey, you got this wrong. Like, they actually did do this. So, it's still up in the air.
But also
I don't know if it's really up in the air.
because
Go ahead.
I heard that the text messages I did read, but I heard on the check there was no, like, when you put on a check what the
What
reason
it's
for the
for,
check
yeah.
is, it was blank.
No,
That's what I thought. That's what
I could be wrong, but I
read.
thought it
Yeah.
did say. what
No,
it
in
was.
the text message it was more stating
Detailed?
the
Okay.
training, but on the actual check it was blank.
Mm.
And then they had that video surveillance of the two guys buying the ski mask the same night of the attack.
Yeah. And also, like,
Yeah.
they even prior to that, even prior to the incident, apparently somebody sent some type of hateful, like, arts and craft, like, thing to Fox for Jesse,
Oh.
and they found in the two people's homes the stuff they used to cut
Oh.
out the pictures.
Oh.
Yeah, it's literally like they cut out like little like slogans and stuff from,
From
magazines.
magazines.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they found that in the person's house.
Well, either way, Those two brothers are sloppy. Because
Extremely.
whether
Well,
I feel like everybody we're going to talk about today is just sloppy. I feel like that's what
Facts.
the name of this
Slop
episode
buckets.
should be. Slop.
Slopper smart.
Yeah.
Horrible.
But yeah, regardless, I don't know what the motive is for that. Like apparently, like from just from the news, the cops were saying he did it because he wanted to raise.
Which is, I don't even understand how the two correlate.
Raise awareness?
No, raise.
No,
like,
raise.
Oh,
Yeah.
So he wanted to go back to Empire to be like, this is what's happening to me. I need more money.
Yeah.
But I don't get it. Need more money as in what? Like why? What? How do the two?
You correlate with each
Yeah,
other.
I didn't, that part I never understood. Like, why would he get more money because he got beat up?
But my big thing, like I saw him do an interview right after, and I didn't watch the interview when it happened. I watched the interview after the fact, like when I heard that it was a lie.
Yeah.
And me watching the interview after the fact is like, whoa, like there's a lot of red flags in just his story.
Yeah, and I heard he was. I didn't watch the interview, but I heard that he was reading off of like cue cards.
I didn't see that. That could have
That's
been.
what I heard. Like he apparently had like cue cards, and he was reading off them.
That's
And
crazy.
to me, if you're reading off cue cards, like if something happens to you, you're like boom, boom, bad, bad.
Exactly,
you know.
Exactly.
But if I'm like, hold on, wait a second. I mean,
But
chances are I don't remember what the
But
hell
his big
happened.
thing in the interview that I took away is that he wasn't even like he didn't want to be the victim. So like his whole stance was, I fought them off.
Yeah.
So
They
then-
ran away.
so
I
then-
didn't run. They
So
ran.
then I do feel that
So-
it's more of a, not raise awareness, but it's like, look at what I did.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's
it was
he has
that.
some type of inferior complex where it's
Yeah.
like I need to show people like I'm.
That I'm not.
Yeah.
punk.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm kind of on the same thing as Super 5 Forte, in terms of, from what I heard, his character potentially was being written out of the show, and he wanted to somehow extend it.
Oh.
So he kind of created this whole
Facade.
facade, caused the drama.
Yeah.
Oh, so now we can't get rid of this.
Yeah.
Well, in his head,
Yeah.
thinking
No,
now
that's
Fox
right.
can't get rid of the
They
character
probably
because
wouldn't,
all this is happening, right?
Right.
But I mean, in the end,
Now they're gonna get rid of you.
Yeah, now they're
Yeah,
They
they
probably
wrote
don't
him
work
out.
out.
Yeah, well, another Columbus short, dog.
Yes.
Yeah, man.
Yes, it's
Yeah.
true. It's a light skin thing.
Yeah.
I can't relate.
Like I haven't seen that guy since.
You
Me
won't.
neither.
Yeah, so
It's one of those things. But I don't know. Personally, I mean, it might be bad to judge a book by its cover, but I think I judged Jesse from watching him on Empire, and I feel like, don't get me wrong, he's playing a character,
Yeah.
but I feel like some of the stuff I've seen in that show, that's him.
Yeah.
maybe.
Honestly, that's the vibe I get.
Maybe, I don't know.
That's
maybe.
the vibe I get. I'm like, yo, some of these things I felt was him.
Either way, I'm not jumping on that bandwagon.
But I mean, it's one of those things. I feel like, it is crazy, and in this world, anything's possible, man.
Anything's possible, man. Never say
Anything's
never.
possible. Things that you think people would never do,
Yeah, man.
or you're like, come on, that don't make no sense.
Yeah.
Someone's doing it.
But
I'm
how
gonna
bad-
try.
How
Yeah.
bad is Fox paying these people that $3,500 is enough to
That's what I
stage
said.
a crime?
Like, what?
You could have paid me
Ridiculous.
$3,500.
But for $3,500, I would have done a sloppy job too. $3,500 split. That wasn't even
True,
each.
true.
You guys are too much.
I didn't even bring home 2 racks.
Right?
Yeah.
Okay, so
And
are
he
we...
probably still had to take that money to buy the ski mask.
Yeah,
He
so
didn't
okay.
even provide me. I had to buy stamps to send the file. That's a lot of things, man. Buy magazines.
magazines.
Yeah, sign it up. That's like $1,000.
So are we agreeing or disagreeing with Jesse?
I'm still staying in the middle.
I'm so disagreeing.
I'm disagreeing.
That's fine. That's fine.
He's a mess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I gotta see that interview to make my own.
Yeah.
You know, but I'm waiting. I'm
Alright.
sentenced for proven guilty, man.
What's up next?
Okay, do you guys want to go R. Kelly or are we going to Tristan?
I think
Let's go R.
real
Kelly.
short.
Or we
Yeah,
good?
let's go
Okay.
R. Kelly.
All right, so R. Kelly was arrested for, I believe it's 10 counts.
Okay, next. No, I'm
Yeah,
I
think
believe
that's
it
right.
was 10
that's
counts.
Yeah,
I
I
don't
believe
even
that's
know
right.
exactly what the charge was. So I don't want to quote misquote. But I don't know the exact charge. But
it
I
must
know
be
it was
child
10 counts.
pornography.
Yeah.
Something like that.
There's
Apparently,
another
there's
video.
another video.
So, and they said they clearly see that the girl's underage. And
Yeah.
No,
well,
I
apparently
think-
they're like, oh, I don't even. But they
He
both
addresses it.
addresses that
Right.
she's 14 years
That's what
old.
I heard.
Now, what I didn't understand, I don't know if you guys know, but is this an old video that they just found, or was this a new video?
To be honest, I don't know.
Okay,
either.
that's what I was trying to figure out.
I'm assuming that. Well, it's definitely a newer video. She must still be underage.
The reason why I was asking is because I was hearing a lot of talk about what is it, the statute of limitation,
Yeah.
and I heard it was an older video, but that he was
prior to
hiding,
this,
and they
kinda
probably
like
exactly.
evidence.
So now it's up in the air if can even really hold much weight.
Yeah,
But then
you
the
can
other
get charged with anything. It doesn't
Yeah.
matter, but conviction is the difference.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And then also, I was like, I didn't know that R. Kelly was still sleeping with underage girls. I thought he had.
What, evolved?
No, I swear, because I thought it was more like not. Okay, sorry. Let me correct myself. Still underage, but closer to age of majority was. I thought
Listen, man.
what he was into now. I didn't know it was still so young.
Yeah.
The way when I watched the documentary,
Yeah.
when I looked at the dates, to me that was really close. So in my head, he still had to be doing it.
Yeah, fact.
No,
Yeah.
like definitely sleeping with underage girls, but I thought it was more like okay, it's
Well,
back.
Oh, you didn't know?
Yeah,
it was back
now
up.
it's like 18, not like 14.
Oh,
not
gotcha,
trying to
gotcha.
excuse it,
Grade,
but
grade,
yeah,
grade 9
that's what I
versus
wasn't
grade
sure if
12.
this was, yes, I wasn't sure if this was an older video or something new.
Yeah, I
But
don't
either
know,
which
man.
way, lock him up, throw the key away.
Mhm.
Like I'm so over this man. I don't even.
Put him
I'm
in
not
put him in
even.
general population too. No,
Sorry to jump in
3
there.
hours in a cell.
So we were looking at, or before we started, we wanted to know what it was. So he's been indicted on 10 counts of aggravated criminal sexual abuse.
Okay.
There you go.
I would have never
There you go.
got that right. So thank you for that.
Well, but now he's out.
Yeah, he actually
Yeah.
got bailed
Now
out
he's out.
by a fan.
Okay.
A fan in Illinois.
I saw a headline. I don't know if it's factual or not. I didn't even read into it, but apparently, from what the headline said, is when as soon as he got bailed out, he went right back to that McDonald's.
Yeah, I read that too.
Went back to McDonald's.
The McDonald's where
That's
he
where he
picks
got
up
arrested.
young girls.
No, the McDonald's.
That's where he picks up young girls.
Yeah, at McDonald's.
See, I don't understand these things, man. You're at McDonald's. You don't. It's
Why is
not
R. Kelly
weird that R.
McDonald's?
Kelly's chilling in McDonald's.
And this is the thing, like,
This guy
I
Ronald
don't know.
McDonald, man.
Why is it McDonald's?
Honestly,
Hamburglar.
I'm not trying to compare the two, but because as everybody knows, listening to this, we are from Toronto, and Drake is like our biggest
6'5",
whatever,
6'5".
yeah. But I am so confused as to why Chicago protects this guy so much. Like, I'm just trying to think, like, if I knew that Drake was into these types of things and I'm seeing Drake hang out looking for girls
Yeah.
in these places, how is it that, like, R. Kelly has been supposedly doing these things for years and
Yeah,
everybody
just never-
just
I don't know.
allows it? It
And
doesn't
like when you
make
say
sense.
McDonald's, like is he chilling in the
Exactly.
main part in the play place? Like where's he
I
chilling?
don't know.
The play place.
No, seriously. How can
No, I get it.
Chicago is, like, on one to me because
Yeah, fact.
how? I just don't understand. I don't understand how.
Me neither.
Like-
I find it weird if I was just at Burger King.
So-
Right? And it's
And
like
Drake
R.
walks
Kelly.
in, like,
Exactly.
what are you doing here?
Okay.
Like,
Thank
you know what I
you.
mean?
Like, okay, you make a visit, you leave, fine. But like chilling.
Why are you here?
No.
You don't have a car you can do
And it's
drive.
like,
I've heard
oh,
of
it's a
Can't send
regular
jobs in?
spot.
No, that's
Like,
what I'm saying. I've heard Drake walk into a place and like hand an employee 10 grand and be like, hey, you know what? This is your whatever.
Yeah,
Today's your lucky day.
But I've seen photos of that, and Drake is also surrounded by like 5 security.
Yeah.
No, but that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying, right?
So-
You
But
come
this
in,
guy
you
probably
have
just
your
chilling
little
by
thing, you
himself.
So
leave.
that's the thing. I don't know that. So maybe that could be the case. He could
Oh,
be
yeah,
surrounded
that's
by a
true.
bunch of people. Nobody can get to him.
but no, not even that. But I'm saying the same way you just said that we see footage of Drake
Yeah.
somewhere.
Yeah.
How come there's no footage of R. Kelly at his
okay,
favorite
or-
McDonald's?
There's footage.
Of R. Kelly at
Not-
McDonald's?
Oh, I don't know about that. I just
Oh.
know there's footage.
So I think I don't want to say they're on two different calibers, but I think especially
They're definitely on
Chicago-
two
Yeah,
they
different
are.
calibers.
They are.
No. I mean, we're talking about Drake and R. Kelly, and I mean the status that falls behind them.
Yeah.
But I think for R. Kelly, I don't know if it's necessarily Chicago, but I think R. Kelly's network is a lot larger than we think. So
That
might
could
not be
be
Chicago
true.
as a whole, but I think he might have a lot of people who work, let's say, in the justice system, or might have a lot of people he went to school with.
R. Kelly
who-
couldn't even post his own bail.
well, that's now because I don't think he
I don't
had
even
the
know if
money.
that's factual. Like,
It is
like,
fact.
No,
in my
that's
mind, that
facts.
doesn't make sense.
But it does make sense because you can have money that you can't.
Touch
You
that.
can't touch.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure. And I mean, I think for him,
And he's fallen off.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
It's been years.
He's had money for a long period of
Still
time.
royalties.
And if he's paying
like,
so
that
many
means a lot.
people,
You can't say, let me bank my
Yeah.
royalties
Yeah.
from it, you know?
So I think it's one of those where his network
like
is
he
just
probably
really,
spends
really
more
big.
than he's actually bringing in.
Yeah.
at
Well,
this
obviously,
point.
he has to pay all these people plus all these
Lawyer fees.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And I mean,
yeah.
once again, we're talking about people that we know about. How many we don't know
Yeah.
about that he's paid off, right? So
Yeah.
there could be a lot of money that we're talking
I
about.
mean,
that's
it might not just
there.
be victims too. It might be somebody that tried to like go to the police and then he caught them first and said like, yeah, you can't say nothing.
Mm.
All right, guys.
Yeah, let's move on.
All right, so we are
Threw away the
disagreeing.
key on that one.
I'm
Let's
disagreeing with
disagree.
everything with R. Kelly.
Yeah.
Disagree.
Done. I don't even want to talk about this guy anymore.
All right, let's
Neither
move.
do I.
Okay.
And for can we just call him Robert from now on? I don't even want to go by R. Kelly.
Okay, Robert. All right. So next, so now we're doing Tristan. I've been waiting to do Tristan.
You want to jump into
I've been
Tristan?
waiting
I mean, yeah,
to do
yeah.
I
Tristan.
think Tristan is a bigger topic. So before you go in there, I
Okay,
want to
okay.
ask one thing. So one topic in between that
Mm.
is Robert Kraft. You guys know
Robert
Robert
Kraft.
Is that the football guy?
The football
Thank
guy.
you.
Okay, okay.
Yeah.
She's not even the sports person. She got that. Good job.
I told you I'm on my gossip.
All right. So Robert Kraft went to a massage
Spa.
parlor, a spa,
Okay.
and he got a happy ending.
Yeah.
Supposedly he got multiple happy endings.
Okay.
Okay, what exactly is a happy ending? What
You get
is
a
that?
massage
When
you're
when
happy.
you're when you end your massage and you're happy, exactly.
No, but I mean, like, is that like a rub and tug, or is that
Yeah,
like
same
real,
thing. Yeah.
the real thing?
It could be rub and tug or more. I
Oh,
don't
okay,
know.
okay.
I've
was
never been to
sure.
one, so I don't know.
Yeah, okay,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
Alright, keep
Whatever
going.
makes you happy. That's a good way of putting it. Yeah, there you go. It could be conversation. It could be
Yeah,
anything.
yeah.
So is that like illegal or something?
Releasing
Yeah,
the stress. Yes.
supposedly,
that's
yes.
Oh,
It's like
okay, okay.
prostitution almost. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh, okay,
it's a
okay.
thing.
Because apparently, especially with massage therapists, therapy like stuff, they're supposed to be registered
Yeah.
massage therapists.
Yeah.
So there's legal stuff that they have to do and legal stuff that they can't do. Kind of like
Okay.
a doctor, basically.
Yeah.
Now, see, when you say it like that, it makes me wonder. Because shouldn't they be getting charged then? They're the ones that doing something illegally.
There might be some stuff involved, or they might lose their license as a massage
I'm
therapist.
pretty sure
or-
these people that he's talking about probably don't have massage licenses.
Well, yeah,
That's what I
But
mean.
the business should be also.
Yeah.
That's what I mean. But why is he getting charged if he's
'Cause
just
he
a
has
customer?
money. The business will probably
But
get
if
like
you
shut
paid,
down.
if you paid them, right?
Yeah.
Well, you have to pay
For
for a
that?
massage.
Yeah.
No. But what if?
So
When
there's-
you went,
so
there's
there's
two
two kind of
second.
scenarios.
When you went to Jamaica, right?
Wow.
Hold on. You paid.
I didn't like that looking at.
Don't worry. We won't keep it PG-18. Don't worry.
Okay, when I was in Jamaica, yes.
You paid for an all-inclusive, right?
Right.
All right. So he paid for an all-inclusive. That's all.
Yeah. So what I'm saying is like, did this individual feel pressured to do this happy ending, or was it a mutual
that-
agreement
that-
that
that-
she's
so-
author? Like
so-
all these factors come into what you.
But no,
just
I
said,
definitely
right?
think they're consensual because it's not just him; it's a bunch of people.
Oh, it was a group.
Like no, like they did a sting. So what a sting is like
Oh,
they're
yeah,
investigating
yeah.
involved. They've seen,
Mm-hmm.
but his name is the only one that they dropped.
Yeah,
oh,
it's
God,
probably the
because
biggest
that's who
thing.
he is.
Yeah,
Yeah. Okay.
So
I think
I don't really feel like
everybody's
it's
gonna
such a
get charged.
crime. Like if
I
you're
think-
forcing
that's
somebody,
my
that's
point.
different. But
That's
I don't
my
really
point.
like.
If they're of
I think
age,
it's a crime
Yeah.
just because of the setup of it.
no, I don't think it's a crime.
When I say crime, like I'm talking about legal. Looking at it, they're thinking you're a massage parlor or whatever it is. People are going in there for a massage.
Right.
Like if you're doing, let's say, whatever favors,
Right.
then your establishment should be called something else.
So let me
I
ask
get
you something.
that.
You
If
know what I mean?
if she was massaging me, right,
Yeah,
and I like this girl
yeah.
for whatever reason, and I take her on a date, and then we have sexual activity, should I get charged?
I think
No,
that's different.
no,
You're
What's the
outside of
difference?
business
You're
now.
outside
not
of the
working.
business.
But-
Yeah.
I see where you're going.
But I
in
just
the
feel like
workplace.
for it
Yeah.
to be as
But
big
again,
as
it's
it
not
is
his
now,
fault. It's in
yeah.
the workplace.
Is he married? Is he married?
That I'm not sure.
I don't know.
Like, why is this news? Is what I'm asking.
It's news because he's 70
just
and he
'cause
can
of his
still
name.
get it up. That's why it's news.
You know why it's news? Because it's meant to distract us from something else that's about to happen.
Yeah,
That's a good
yeah,
point.
yeah. Because I didn't understand why.
There's
this
massage
I-
parlors all over the world. I don't know why they do
I
that.
personally, I'm sorry, I'm not.
I think there's a
I'm
lot.
not
There's
against
the
it.
whole
If you want to rub and
Patriots
tug
thing.
after you get that
He-
kick
he
on my
owns
back, go
Patriots,
ahead.
So yeah, I think there's a lot involved. I think he just happens to be in where he is. So he has a lot of money.
Yeah.
he owns the Patriots. The Patriots just won the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
They've been caught in the media for
Plus,
cheating
he's doing
and
all this stuff with like Meek Mill. He's kind of
Exactly.
helping out black
Yeah,
people, you know.
So I think he's just relevant.
Yeah.
And
You
this is
step
how
on one
he's
side of the
relevant.
Yeah,
fence,
you can't
they
do
try
that.
to tear you down. So
Yeah,
that's
you
all
can't
it
do
is.
that. You can stand on the fence, but you can't put a foot on either
Yeah.
side. Yeah. But hey, man, I definitely 100% agree with Robert
I
Kraft.
agree with Robert Kraft.
Do your thing, man. Live your life.
Hey man, you got the money.
So we're agreeing. Is what we're saying.
I know I am. I hope at 70 I can get it up.
Hey, as long as it's consensual, I'm agreeing to
Yeah,
it.
man, straight up. Shoot your shot, man.
You ain't got many shots left.
Maybe
Yeah,
she
man.
shot her shot. We don't even
Hey,
know.
Either way.
Either way.
Happy
Yeah.
ending.
She might have walked in and be like,
Happy
Robert
ending.
Kraft? What do you mean?
And on top of it, I heard like the charge is like ridiculous, like $500 or $5,000 maybe, and then he can get like a day in jail.
Yeah, it doesn't even mean.
Listen, if that is me, I'm going back right after I leave. Let's do this again, guys. And I'm gonna win a Super Bowl again too.
Oh man.
All right,
Robert
we could finally get into your Tristan Thompson.
All right.
Okay.
Okay, so you gotta fill me in because
Well, before she does that, let's put a line there, guys. He's from Brampton, not Toronto.
Not Toronto.
Brampton.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah.
Go ahead.
Okay, so this
Go ahead.
Brampton man.
And he doesn't represent.
Should
the
I
urban
say
community.
it like a catty? I feel like I need to tell a
Yeah.
Okay,
Get it,
so-
get it.
What's a catty?
I don't know.
Don't worry, we're gonna educate everybody.
It's a word. It's a
Soon
noun.
enough. Soon
It's
enough.
a
Okay.
noun. Okay.
So pretty much Tristan is a basketball player. He plays for who?
Cleveland Cavaliers.
For the Cavaliers. Okay.
Worst
so
record in the NBA. Second worst or worst record?
His
They're at the bottom.
Are
record.
you talking about the Cavaliers or
Or no,
him
his.
getting caught?
Tristan.
Both.
No, he's sloppy.
Yeah, sloppy
Like,
Tris.
Honest
Top-
to God,
top of the top
so
sloppy.
sloppy.
Sloppy Thompson, man.
So Tristan plays for the Cavs. I believe he's like 28. He's a baby for Khloe Kardashian. Khloe Kardashian is his big mother
Second
slash
baby, yeah.
girlfriend or second big mother. Yes, let's be
Yep.
very clear. Jordy is his first big mother,
Yep.
and they have a son. And anyways, so Tristan Webb and Khloe Kardashian are together, or it looks like they're not together anymore. He has a history of cheating. The news is that he cheated on his first big mother and then got with Khloe.
Mhm.
Khloe denies that fact, but I mean, it looks that way because the girlfriend was pregnant at the time when him and Khloe started dating. So that's number one. And I'm going to assume that he's been cheating. He's from Brampton, and yeah. Anyways,
Wow.
I didn't know she was gonna.
Brampton man, super
I
game.
didn't know she was gonna put it like that. Like Forte said, hashtag Brampton Man Street.
Brampton man street.
so
Oh, man.
he, I don't really feel like he upgraded, but because Jordy is a sweetie. Like, I don't know if you guys have seen
His
her, but
first baby mom? I
yeah.
don't.
Yeah,
Oh,
Oh,
she's
yeah,
bad.
she's bad.
She's
She's
bad.
bad.
Okay.
But anyway, we don't know her personally. Maybe they just don't click.
Yeah.
Whatever. He's with Khloe. My man's been caught cheating like about 3 or 4 times in the
Just so we're
media
clear,
alone.
You're claiming him?
No, that's how you talk.
my
Come
bad.
on.
Oh, that's the catty talk.
I'm trying to talk like a
Okay,
cat.
my bad, my bad. Man's
So-
weren't ready, yo.
Man's
Anyway.
ready.
So he's been caught. He got caught. I want to say maybe a year ago now, because Khloe was like 8 months pregnant at the time, where he was caught like making out in the club. He was
Yeah,
then caught
Happy
leaving the
ending.
club or something with a next ting, and
Mhm.
then getting in a car with another ting, and
Mhm.
girls were coming out left, right, saying that they were cheating. I also heard a rumor that apparently while Khloe was pregnant, she felt that she could not perform in the bedroom as Tristan liked it. So they supposedly had an agreement.
Mm.
So the cheating scandal wasn't really that much of a shock. It was more so that the public knew about it as to why Khloe was mad, as to why Khloe was so quote unquote forgiving.
Okay.
So now let's fast forward to about a week ago.
It was all good a week ago.
So Kylie Jenner, which is Khloe Kardashian's half sister, has a best friend by the name of Jordan Woods, also a baddie, in my opinion.
Baddie. I agree too.
It's like,
Okay.
Didn't he know Jordan before? Yeah.
Yeah.
Chloe? Anyway.
Yeah.
So
She was in the woods with that one.
So Jordan, again, is Kylie's best friend. They apparently all went to a party. I believe it was a bar first. Then they left the bar, went to a party. Then they left the party and went to an after party at Tristan Thompson's house.
Correct.
Now, I guess whatever transpired by the next morning, it was out that apparently they hooked up. Now, I hate that saying, can I just say hooked up? Because I feel like that could just mean anything. You know?
Yeah.
Like hooked up could be making out, hooked
Yeah,
up could be more than making out.
Yeah.
So it was very unclear. Some people were saying it was a kiss, some people were saying they had sex. It was all over the place. Either which way, it's obviously wrong
Yeah.
because Tristan is supposed to be with Chloe.
Right.
Okay, and even if they are not together, I still think that's wrong because
Best friend.
the best friend factor in like family. Anywho, Jordan's getting dragged for filth on the internet.
Yeah.
Tristan, on the other hand, doesn't seem to care. Tristan is in New York having dinner, which again, sloppy. My man posted a picture of himself at dinner trying to get a picture of his plate and doesn't know his angles. And fully had the thing across. Fully had the thing across from him holding a wine glass. You could see the girl's nail color or something. And I want to say that the internet is once again undefeated because they found the girl in like half
off
a day.
the nail color, huh?
Off the nail color. I don't know how he did these things. But whoever you are, C. Loren, hit me up.
No,
I like to investigate
whoever did her nails were like, yo.
You know that's
right?
It's like,
that's
yo,
TMZ right there.
Like, I need to be friends with you.
Right
I need to be friends with you. Anywho, so apparently it's looking like Tristan doesn't care, which his actions show that on a regular day. But
Brampton's mine.
okay, again, Brampton. So Jordan decided, which I fully think she should have, but Jordan Woods is very good friends with the Pinkett Smith, and she went on Jada Pinkett's show Red Table Talk to tell her side of the story. I don't know if you guys watched it. I watched it.
I didn't watch it, but I got the.
You just see the clips.
I know exactly what happened.
Yeah, you need to just see the clips. But essentially, she went on there. I felt like she took accountability for her actions. I think
from what I heard too.
Yeah.
When I got the recap, I think what she said was truthful.
Me too.
Yeah.
Sorry, I kind of jumped because I also need to add that the Kardashian clan has like pretty much all unfollowed Jordan on Instagram.
Yeah.
And Tristan as well. Most of them have unfollowed Tristan. Chloe unfollowed Jordan. She did not unfollow Tristan. And Kris Jenner unfollowed Jordan. Kylie unfollowed Tristan, not Jordan.
Right.
And then I believe Courtney unfollowed them both. and Kim. Right? So essentially,
we're not friends now.
Yeah, Jordan apparently
you can argue with me, I'm gonna unfollow
Kylie.
you.
I think she lived in her guest house. Apparently, it said that Kylie kicked her out of the house.
Okay. Is she moving in with Tristan?
So wait, hold on.
Okay.
So Kylie is the way she's putting it or making it seem is like she didn't know about Tristan and Jordan.
No, because Kylie was not at this. I don't know if they were together throughout the night, but she was not at the after party.
Okay. All right, gotcha.
So there's rumors coming out that apparently Jordan was talking to Tristan for like a month and a half before this. They've been hooking up for like a month and a half. Jordan denies these claims, and I just feel like I don't see why she would do that. Why she would feel she could get away with that, fully living in Kylie's house. People do some crazy things, but I don't know if I believe that.
You know, it's a nighttime flex.
But on Red Table Talk, she said that her and Tristan had no relationship prior. It was like a
one time type of thing.
Yeah, and she said that they did not hook up. He did kiss her when she was leaving. She said she was there. She said she was drunk. She said she was not like inebriated. She couldn't remember anything. She just said she was drunk. But she said she remembers everything that transpired. She said it was a group of people that were there and she was never alone with Tristan the whole time. And when she was leaving, he shot a shot. And she even said, she's like, I'm not even really blaming him for shooting his shot because at the end of the day, I was there till 6, 7 o'clock in the morning. So I can see that too. Like, bro, you're still here. So maybe, right? Maybe she's about that, you know?
Now, you see, that's the only part that throws me for a loop.
Why?
Because
you're
offending the guy.
She's not offending it, but I think what her standpoint
it's facts. Like, take your ass home if you don't.
I agree. I think we've all been or known somebody in that situation before.
Not we.
So I get it. It makes sense. But You don't have to defend the situation.
I don't think she was trying to defend it. I think her standpoint is she's gonna go on live, Facebook Live,
You gotta put it out there.
she doesn't want to make it seem like she's putting it all on him.
Yeah.
You know, that's like more so got from that.
Yeah. And she even said like she was like he was sitting on the couch and then she was sitting on the arm and like her feet were kind of dangling over by him and.
No, she said she put her feet like. His leg, like I assumed his legs were cocked up somewhere, and she put her legs so that they weren't dangling on his.
Okay.
That's red flag to me. I'm sorry, but I don't care who you are. Why are your legs across my man's legs? That's weird to me. Yeah. But I honestly, I'm gonna say that I don't think that Jordan went there with the intent to hook up with Tristan, but I don't believe that. Sorry, I apologize.
Blessings.
Thank you. I don't believe that, like, she didn't realize what she was doing until she got in her car and drove home the next day. Like, that part, I feel like she must have been flirting because at the end of the day, we're friends, right? Okay, you're in a relationship, I'm in a relationship, cool. If I decide to come chill with you, you have a house party, I'm here until 7 o'clock in the morning. I'm
not shooting my shot, guys. Just making sure that we know that.
No, exactly. What I'm saying is, I don't think me being at somebody's house with a group of people, not alone, a group of people is gonna give you like, oh, maybe I should try a thing with Sierra because she's still here.
But we're talking about Tristan though.
No, but that's what I'm saying.
They're not friends.
He's sloppy.
They're not friends.
That's true too.
Yeah, but he knows that she is affiliated with Kylie.
He don't care.
No. What I'm saying is. Jordan must have done something for him to kind of feel like.
You know what? I'm gonna say not necessarily.
You just think he's just a sloppy man.
I'm just saying not necessarily.
Sloppy and arrogance.
And he could be looking at it like, oh, she put her feet on me. That's a sign.
But that's what I'm saying. That's where Jordan is.
But that could be like how she said. That was just like I'm safe. Like like that's my big brother. Like
Maybe,
and
but
then he's like, "Oh, big bro, gonna give you that work."
But I would agree with that if she had said like, "Yo, Tristan and I are like family," but she said they didn't have so that's why I feel like he would also be like, "Oh, the flirt thing."
She might have still,
Anyways,
I would have shot my shot if I was Tristan straight.
No, that's fact. I would shoot my shot.
I was even trying to defend her, Chill. I got you, boo boo. Don't worry.
In the end, Kylie came up, or sorry, not Kylie. Chloe came out with a bunch of tweets yesterday, essentially calling Jordan, like her going on Red Table Talk, saying that she's a liar. She's the reason that she broke up the family, which is like. No, I don't agree. And Malika has, thrown some shade out there. Malika is Khloe's best friend and Kim Kardashian as well. Now, I think for Malika, Khloe, and Kim, you guys are way too fucking old for this shit. Like, call the girl, and that's what Jordan said. She's like, I have tried to apologize privately. And I would prefer if these people called me and cussed me on the phone privately or, whatever, sent me like a nasty text message.
We're talking about the Kardashians.
Yeah. I completely agree.
they're not
private.
I agree. But for them, like, even, I don't know if you guys heard also, they're saying that Jordan hooked up with James Harden, which I would have loved to watch. But, anyways. But
he wants to view the beard.
If you guys are unaware, Khloe and James, they dated.
Yeah.
And apparently Jordan went to Khloe and asked permission, like, hey, this guy, I guess he was trying to hit her up, whatever. Are you cool with that?
Yeah.
This is like old news, but in Kardashian style, now that they no longer are messing with her, all of this stuff is being leaked. And that's the type of stuff about the Kardashians that I don't really rate. Like, if you're not going to talk to the girl, don't talk to her. That's fair. But when you try to tarnish somebody, it's like they want to ruin her bag.
Oh, yeah. For sure.
And on top of it, they all did the exact same
That's
thing.
what I'm saying. Like, you guys are known for teething people's minds. Yeah. So, and at the end of the day, I don't even think she teethed Tristan. Like, Tristan doesn't want to be held onto. This guy is free as a bird, Khloe. Don't put on Instagram or Twitter that, oh, she ruined your family. Like, Tristan ruined your family. Tristan's been ruining families from Jordan days, like the first Jordan.
But let's look at this from a different point of view, guys.
What are you saying?
He's the actual only one that has got into that family and is kind of unscathed.
Gone crazy.
Yeah,
you're right.
It's true. I feel like
maybe that's what you got to do.
Maybe
he has a strategy.
Well, we don't know if it was
becoming the
now
Kardashians.
ending. And you said his career is trash, no?
No.
Well, he got
He
paid.
can still.
He got paid.
First and foremost, he can still ball.
Oh, okay.
Number 2, he already has a ring.
That's facts. And he got the ring with Chloe.
Yeah, and he got cashed out. So
he's good.
So, he's on a dream team.
So now he's on that tour.
Did you guys see how they have a GoFundMe for Jordan because she signed an NDA? Imagine signing an NDA to be friends with somebody. But anyways,
really?
She has an NDA with the Kardashians, which for people who don't know is a non-disclosure order, which means she cannot essentially talk family business.
But you can talk about mine.
Yep.
Okay, right?
Interesting.
So
interesting.
Apparently, there's a GoFundMe where fans are raising money. I think it's like $1 million, so that she can break the NDA, so that she could talk family biz.
Yeah.
But
I mean,
the internet once again is undefeated because who thinks of these things?
Yeah.
I mean, if fans raise $1 million, she's gonna make $20 million.
I will.
Right?
I believe that the fans will raise that money because when you put something like that towards
for sure.
the society,
and
they want to see
get juice on the Kardashians.
Yeah,
people pay a lot of money.
Yep, and that's some juice, boy.
They'll pay a lot of money.
And you know what? Speaking of juice, people are also trying to say that this is another move to have something to speak about for the next season.
Honestly,
true. That show's still on.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
Yeah,
what did they?
It's the longest running, I believe. The longest running reality TV show.
Wow.
I've never seen one episode in my life.
Oh,
I've seen a couple.
No, I've seen a couple too. Here and there.
Shouts to Scott. That was one of my guys. Yeah, that's my guy.
So,
that's my guy.
I watch it. I can't lie.
But yeah, what? 15 seasons, 16, 17? I don't know.
Yeah, or 19th, I think.
I don't know.
No. I lied. It's probably the 15th season. It comes out on March 19th.
Oh, okay. Yeah. It's crazy.
Right.
There you go.
Who are we agreeing with here?
But who are we agreeing with? I'm not agreeing with Tristan. Tristan's like...
I'm agreeing with Tristan just because he's in the Kardashians. Like, I don't care.
That's where I'm like...
Wrong in my eyes.
I mean, I was going to say I agree. I'm just on the Jordan Woods part. Like...
Oh, yeah. You're definitely right. I agree with Jordan Woods.
I
definitely agree with Jordan Woods.
Jordan, we got you.
No, Jordan, I got you.
No, Jordan, I got you.
No NDAs over here.
Whatever you want me to sign.
What I disagree with Chloe and the way Chloe's trying to
I will always
flip it on Justin.
I'll disagree with it. Listen, man, she's ruined enough lives. Try to kill my guy Lamar. I definitely disagree with you. Got this man at a brothel house. Tristan said, I saw what you did to him. I'm just going to go get them out here.
And you know what? I just want to say, just for bringing up Lamar, but I don't know if you guys remember, but Lamar, she apparently stole Lamar from his big mother. Like, Lamar
and French.
Yeah,
she took
French
her from
and Trina.
Come on.
You know, Kim, Kylie, Black China, Tyga,
Amber Rose,
like
Kanye. Come on, man. That's what you guys do, man. You guys are poachers.
So Chloe's out here trying to act like she's the first big mother.
They're just mad because it got turned on them. I'm telling you, Tristan has the game down, man.
Maybe the plant. Maybe like
maybe.
Like the NBA guys gathered up, say, "Yo, Tristan, we need you to do something for us."
Whoa!
They ruined enough of our careers.
We're putting Brampton Mans on a whole nother level.
So Brampton Mans might have a shot now.
You're like James Harden said, "Yo, we got you. If you do this for like 3 years, you could come to Houston." That's interesting, bro.
Oh man,
that's interesting.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, wow, that was good, man. That was the breakdown.
Yeah, that was a breakdown.
Break up.
Whoa, welcome back. Break up, break down, break sideways.
What to call that one?
Sloppy Thompson.
That was the sloppy. Let's talk about some sloppy hands.
Oh man, for sure.
The slop shop.
If you're listening, hit us up. We have a good time here. Agree to disagree. Hit us up on Instagram. You know, everything. All social media. A2D the show. Check it out. I mean, normally I get into the mini mix, but we ain't gonna do that today. I'm just gonna play one track because I'm bumping this track and I'm feeling this track right now, and then we're gonna hit you up with the main topic. You know, so don't go nowhere.
All right, let's get into it.
Let's go.
You feel the vibe is contagious. Look in your eyes, it's dangerous. Grateful I had all the patience. I know you going through some changes. You taking pictures, know your angles. Ooh, no, we ain't perfect, but we them close. Ooh, you give me something I can pay for. No angel, but you got a halo. When it's nights like this, I really wanna be right here. I really wanna take you there. When it's nights like this, I really wanna be right here. I really wanna take you there. It was nights like this, feeling right like this. I never really spent no time like this, Your second time at the crib, knowing I might not hit. You said what I look like my chick, yeah. Looking in your eyes, this dangerous. You got that wet color angel dust. I done put so many diamond chains on you, they get tangled up. I never felt like this is strangers, Got your ex hit a calling, but he can't do much. Cause you with the kid now, LMA booed up. And all you gotta do is call and watch that Ray pull up. Under the stars since they throwing all the shade on us. Facts. Woo. You feel the vibe, it's contagious. Look in your eyes, it's dangerous. Grateful I had all the patience. I know you're going through some changes. You taking pictures, know your angles. Ooh, no, we ain't perfect, but we damn close. Ooh, you give me something I can pay for. That's what it's like loving you feel a vibe, I'm deep inside, yeah. You loving me, ooh, I let you ride, yeah. At first you curved me, I let you slide there. Your hips so curvy, you let me slide there, ooh. And it was over once I flipped you over. Relation goer, we come through just like Beyonce Hova. This the Hermes money, this ain't no fashion over. You said your ass had you depressed, and I'm just glad that's over. Cause now you rockin' with a real one. And when I'm in it, you be maxing on $1 million. And when I hit it back to back, you make me still come. You got the people hating on us, we gon' kill them. That's fact. You feel the vibe, it's contagious. Look in your eyes, it's dangerous. Grateful I had all the patience. I know you're going through some changes. You taking pictures, know your angles. Ooh, no, we ain't perfect, but we damn close. Ooh, you give me something I can pay for. That's what it's like loving you. Hey, you know you bad. You know I let it these shorties that try to attach back. You from the project, but so exotic. Just give me all of that. So many options. Now you got me caught. All these different arms. Why you being soft? You know that I want you. You really been working. You deserve a Birkin. Girl, you so contagious. Then that's just so dangerous. You feel the vibe, it's contagious. Look in your eyes, it's dangerous. Grateful I had all the patience. I know you're going through some changes. You taking pictures, know your angles. Ooh, no, we ain't perfect, but we damn close. Ooh, you give me something I can pay for. That's what it's like loving you.
Yeah. So we back. Agree to disagree. Shout out Meek Mills, man. He came back on a different level. Loving his music right now. He's doing his thing. Actually, no. Who else I want to shout out? J. Cole. J. Cole's doing his thing too right now. But yeah, if you're vibing to that track, hit us up, man. Tell us how you feel, how that track makes you feel. I like it. Gives you a little old school vibe, you know. Yeah. So I like that. I like.
You know what? While you shout out J. Cole, and I definitely 100% agree with that one. Shout out T Minus, man.
Yeah, T Minus.
Number one, you killed that track. Number two, happy belated. We rep you, boy.
For sure. All right, so we don't want to waste no time, so we're about to get into it.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's now time for this week's main topic. On Urban Hype Radio.
That's right. So this week's main topic, we are getting into that right now. So first class, you up to bat?
Okay. So this week we're gonna talk about a little thing that people have been going back and forth. Duties in the bedroom.
Okay.
You know, like what you guys think your duty is, and are people doing their duty?
Duty the right word for us? Is this a duty? I feel like this is a job. Is this a job we talking about?
That's what I'm saying.
I mean,
it's like, oh man, it's Saturday. I gotta get up and do these chores.
I mean, I don't look at it like that, but I feel like a lot of people think things are optional.
I do think some people do.
Optional, you know? Like, it's not back in school when there was electives. Like, you signed up for this course.
Okay, so let's start there then. Okay, so You just said you sign up for a course.
Yeah.
So okay, wait. Okay, so is this something that you discuss when you're dating?
So
Do
you're
you
talking.
discuss,
So,
like,
so
yo,
what you're
this-
talking about right now is the prerequisite.
Right.
Okay.
So do you say like this is what I'm down to do? This is what I'm not down to do.
I mean, it depends where
But what
you're
if
going
it
with
changes? Can you be mad if it changes later on?
it. It depends how it changes.
So okay.
Yeah, let's give some examples. Let's break it
Okay,
down.
okay. Just giving me examples.
So let's go. I'm gonna go like way left right now.
Okay.
So let's go. You meet somebody. You have this conversation. This is what I'm willing to do. This is what I'm not willing to do.
Right.
Everybody's on the same page.
Right.
But then someone's like, "Ooh, I feel like I want to try something new.
Right.
I want you to put your finger in my ass."
Right. Okay. No,
So
That's way left, boy.
it depends on who this is coming from.
Well,
I feel like
I'm
that's
speaking
the
from
issue.
that perspective. I can't speak from your perspective.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So if a girl is asking for that,
Yeah.
I feel like that's completely different than if a guy is asking for that. Do you not understand what I'm saying?
I
understand.
But I'm trying to be
Guys-
the devil's advocate here.
Okay, what about when you don't ask?
There's a problem there.
Wait,
Yeah,
wait,
but that's what I'm
wait.
saying. For who? Because if a guy
everybody.
does it, no.
Why'd you
listen.
finger in my butt? Like
No. Listen,
Wait,
I'm
you
saying
didn't ask, but you
if
just
a
do it?
guy does it, I feel like
A guy should have
something.
been
If
doing
we're
that.
gonna talk about a finger in the butt,
Yeah.
a guy won't ask. They might just slip it in, and it's not a big deal. But if a girl is
I ain't
required
asking.
to
I ain't
ask,
doing, but I hear you.
I think that should be a conversation.
Yeah.
It should be, but I think some people get carried away.
Okay.
And your finger
you're
just
in the
slips.
moment.
I don't know about
It doesn't
slipping,
slip. I
but
feel like
you
it's
just get carried
intentional.
away. You
Yeah,
just-
but that's
definitely
something. But that's something that
But
you
you try
like.
your luck.
But that's something
what
that
it
you
is.
would like. That you should have.
But how do you know if we
about.
didn't talk about
Yeah,
it?
unless you talk
Yeah,
about it.
so
Yeah.
talk about
So
it.
okay, so if you're in the act, everything's going right.
Yeah.
Your girl slides a finger in. Is it done?
It's done. It's over.
Why?
It's over.
Why are guys so against stuff like that?
What do you mean why?
Why?
I want to know
Okay,
why.
hold on. I'm gonna say something.
All right.
So let's say, well, not you. Let's say in our scenario,
Mm-hmm.
it happened,
Mm-hmm.
and the dude liked it. Should you be worried?
I wouldn't be.
What?
I
That's
wouldn't
like-
be. I'm gonna tell you why. Because
Okay.
to me, I feel like anything that's done between a man and a woman,
Yes.
that's a man and a woman. So that's
So
It's
I heard
completely
about
different.
this. So let me ask you.
now. If my man says like, "Oh,
Use it. Change your
use
finger and use
something
something else.
exactly,"
Okay.
then I'm gonna have.
Okay, because
An
there's
issue.
But wait,
there's
but
a
what's the
topic
difference?
out there
though?
right now.
But what's the
Yeah,
difference?
what's the
though?
difference?
Because it's still between a man and a woman.
Yeah.
No, because it depends on because I've heard before men be like, "Oh, use a strap on, like you strap it on, I'm gonna go on all fours." To me, it's like now you're looking for something that like naturally I can't give you. Do you get what I'm trying to say? But if it's just like a finger, that's a part of my
So what if
hand.
it's like 3 fingers?
I don't even.
I just want to know
We're
what.
getting
That's
so
not good
far.
examples,
But I just feel
we don't
like
know these people.
So what
for
she's-
me,
what she's
what
trying
I'm
to
saying
say
for
is-
me is
If it's on her
It could
body.
be her duty. One finger in the booty.
It could. It's not. I feel like I need to put that out there. That is not something that is practiced currently. But if it was asked of
Then you'd
me,
be open to
I
it.
think I would do it. Yes.
Okay.
However,
Would you take your nails down or is it?
I would definitely take my nails down. I would definitely take
But like you said, ask to be. So this is a conversation.
Well, I feel like me personally, I have no desire to do it.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't just go ahead and do it.
Okay, yeah.
Right? But if it was asked of me, I wouldn't mind. However,
First class.
if it was something that I was into,
Yeah.
I feel like because there's like that's like some things I feel is stupid because that's like, oh, can I suck your dick? Do I have to ask? Oh, can I put your balls in my mouth? Like I don't ask for that. So why do I have to ask for a
So we're
finger?
going somewhere here.
Why do I have to ask
We're
for
going
a finger?
somewhere
That's
here.
dumb.
First class. You just
So-
arrived? You just got here?
Huh?
You good? I said you just arrived to the party now?
No.
Okay.
I'm not in the booty discussion. But we're going to the whole balls and
Yeah.
I think that's
so
where the
I could
guy's
jump in
spot
there.
is, anyways.
In my penis?
No,
it's not
in
much.
your
Oh.
ass.
Well, that's fine. It could be there. It's gonna stay there.
But I feel like you can't not like some things you gotta try to see
Listen,
that
man.
fits for you.
Listen, man. I'm gonna take away left too. Listen, When I do it hurts sometimes, okay?
You're not relaxers, things for that. For that.
Sometimes, not every time. Sometimes. Sometimes.
Fiber, boy.
That's all fiber.
Too much fiber.
Yeah, there you go, right? So, man, I'm good. You don't need to.
I think I agree with you as well, Sierra. Like, you don't ask certain questions, but some things are just you know it's
don't
okay.
need to,
If you've never done it before, that's
but
not
don't
something.
you guys ever think you're gonna gas out? Like doing the same things over and over and over again. Like, are you willing to try new things? New. Okay, so what's something new?
A blue pill.
Is that the chew? Or
Yeah.
Like
I'm not on it yet, but I'm
longer.
sure I'll have to be there.
But
someday.
that's not changing up. That's just like making
You
sure
can
your stamina.
use toys on her.
Yeah, toys. Yeah.
Watch porn.
But you could add things. You could add
bring a girl.
Very basic.
scenarios.
No.
You could dress up.
No, we're pausing. We're pausing.
Yeah,
We're pausing.
What are we
I
pausing?
said you could bring a girl.
No.
It was too early for that. Right? We just started the conversation.
I thought we were just throwing out options.
You like climb to the top of the building.
I know, right?
Let me tell you.
You didn't.
Sorry,
You wanna know why I don't like this stuff?
I do this.
You wanna know why I don't like that stuff?
Why?
Because I feel like men, they don't know you all don't know.
Whoa, let's stick with men.
All of us.
Yeah, let's stick with men.
You guys turn into Brampton mans when your girl allows you to do certain things. You guys get carried away, and then you want to continue these things outside of your agreements. You don't follow.
I feel like that's just a trust problem. You should
No.
trust.
Because you guys break the trust. So that's like
But
don't even hold
you're
that
putting a blanket.
energy. I
I
believe that
feel like-
energy.
I feel like this is sexist.
Yeah, me too.
And
I'm not talking about the movement when I say me too.
I feel like
all men.
no, you know why? Because I'm not saying it doesn't work for all couples, but I feel like a lot of couples try this and it doesn't work for them.
Well, maybe if Chloe tried it, then this wouldn't be happening.
You don't know.
every
We don't
time.
know. Maybe she did.
Yeah, that's true.
We don't know
Yeah.
how. And what I'm saying is like, men don't respect boundaries, and if you allow certain energy into your relationship, you have no control over how this takes over.
I feel like it goes back to what we said already. You have to have the conversation.
Yeah. So this is the conversation that I'm willing to have. If you you would like, you can, because to me, it has to be fair is fair.
Yeah.
Right? If you would not allow another man
absolutely not.
to be with me, then why would I allow another girl to be with you?
So
what you can do is you can watch me and another girl.
But what, back up. Let me intersect right here.
Okay.
So if you are attracted to females, regardless if it's a man or a woman, you're still with somebody else. You're still getting pleasure from.
What do you
female.
mean, me?
Yeah, like if any woman is attracted to both men and women.
Okay.
It doesn't matter if they're with another man or woman. They're still.
Yeah. But I'm just saying, you could take it or leave it. But we're having a conversation.
That's what conversation. That's what we're on the table, and you're either gonna sign that or you ain't gonna sign that.
I can speak for any other female, but personally, that's not something that. Like, I've never done it, and that's not something that I'm interested in doing. But if that was the conversation that we were having in my household, that's what I would say. Like, we're definitely not going to be whatever, but if you'd like to pull up a chair, if that's what really, whatever, I would be willing to do that for you. That's where I'm going with that.
I mean,
but
I would, for me, rather a different deal, but I would also take that deal if that was a deal. If that's what I gotta do, then let me,
Deal or no, I'm taking it.
Turn on the computer, no more Pornhub. This is real.
Because if you're talking about longevity of a relationship, I don't know if you guys are willing to speak up, but have you done that before? And has it worked for you?
At a threesome?
Yeah.
No.
Okay.
But listen, so you're talking about men's boundaries.
You know, so
women have boundaries too. That once you cross a certain line, you may not be able to back out from.
Yeah.
Okay.
You could be in that situation where he's watching, and you're like, wait a minute, I really enjoy this.
Yeah, that's true.
It's like, now let me try this, outside of him watching.
And I think
so it goes both ways.
I agree. It does work both ways.
Sure, and it's not fair. You're talking about being fair. It's not fair to somebody, right? Because let's say you're in that scenario and she's going down on you. Mm-hmm. Why is she getting anything, or vice versa?
I didn't. But we can finish. Well,
I'm just talking about fairness because you brought fairness,
right? But I could finish the job with him. What I'm saying is he not going to be finishing the job with her.
So basically, you want to be selfish.
Yeah, I am selfish.
At least you're honest about it.
100%. I don't share. I don't do well with that. So that's me personally.
Yeah. You're only putting your spin on it. That's fine.
Right. But again, I feel like some people it works. Some people are in like open relationships,
Yeah,
whatever.
yeah.
Like you said, like we all said, it's about a discussion.
Yeah.
But I just feel like when you add those factors in, it like
You need,
9
get
out of
messy
10
you need to have a
people-
real
yeah.
solid foundation.
Yes, yeah.
To get
And
through stuff
and
like that,
and
sure.
not just a conversation, but rules.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
I've heard people say that the man can't get the girl.
Yeah,
The
yeah.
girl in the relationship has to get the girl.
Yeah,
And the guy can't have any contact with the girl.
Yeah.
Like, so when they're setting it up, the girl's doing all that stuff. Like,
Yeah.
You don't even need to know
Her
anything
number.
about her.
Yeah,
nothing.
she didn't show
Yeah.
up, basically.
But then sometimes the problem is that the girl has that problem that you're
Yeah.
talking about, where now she's doing stuff with the girl
Exactly.
without you.
Yeah.
And like, that would be my thing. Like, we can do the sharing.
Mm.
But if we're not sharing,
Exactly.
then you're not doing nothing.
Exactly.
I feel
What
like
do you mean? So like in her example, you wouldn't be down for that? Is what you're saying?
no. In her example,
He's still
originally,
there, so
she was saying that guys will take that and run with it and now do stuff
Yeah,
with
no,
the
but
girl
you're
on the
saying females
side.
can do it.
But I'm saying girls sometimes
Yeah, that's what I said.
do stuff on the side too.
Oh yeah,
I'm
yeah,
saying
for
if
sure,
I'm
for
not
sure.
a part of it, then neither are you.
Yeah.
Oh, you're saying so
Yeah.
basically
Okay,
you
so-
have to be there.
Yeah,
I've heard
absolutely.
of
Gotcha.
scenarios where like it's like a couple, and then they bring somebody in, but they have so that it's fair, or whatever. It's like a group chat.
Yeah.
So whatever's said, all
Everybody knows what's
parties
going on.
are
Yeah.
involved.
Oh, so everybody sees everything.
Yeah, type of thing.
Oh, that's smart.
And I also feel like I feel like, for instance, we all know Tiana Taylor and Iman.
Yeah.
How do you say that? Shumpert?
Shumpert,
Yeah.
They are very open, and they say that they
They've
bring
done it.
people into their
Yeah.
bedroom, or women into their bedroom.
Yeah.
But I feel like for them, I feel like for them it works because they are of a celebrity status
Yeah.
where the access to them is much harder.
Yeah.
But like for me, I'm not a celebrity and neither is my man.
Yeah.
So I feel like it's easier to get to him. So
Yeah.
that's why I wouldn't want to entertain that.
Oh,
And
gotcha.
again, going to longevity, it's like if you've been with somebody for so long and you plan on being with them for forever.
You gotta kind of keep it interesting.
Exactly. No, not even just keep it interesting, but it's like I don't want him to get bored of me.
Yeah,
And it's
yeah,
like if
yeah.
I bring this thing in the room
And it's
now,
new and it's
and
like,
exactly,
yeah,
and then
yeah.
it's like, yo,
Oh,
shit.
Now
Yeah.
Whatever,
we're down to
whatever.
doing this all the time.
Exactly. I can't blame
I
anybody
mean-
but myself for that.
So-
It really depends on the person, though.
Yeah, I was gonna say,
like, some
yeah.
people have real like what's the word I'm looking for? Like
Confidence?
no, not even confidence. Like addictive personalities.
Yeah.
Oh,
So it's
True.
like once you start something,
You
Yeah,
can't
you
stop
done.
it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
I'm
so you
definitely that way.
gotta know who
But
you
see,
are.
I
Yeah.
like that.
So,
I've
so
always been a
I
social
think
drinker.
I got a question or something formulated in my head. Maybe Sierra, it might be directed towards you, but maybe everybody can chime in or whatever. So, do you think that females connect more on an emotional level? So, in my head, okay, yeah, you know what? You might sit down and watch that scenario, two women go at it, but now like one of them is your girl. So, do you think that the connection level is to that point where like you're like, you know what? Because I know that women connect on an
Yeah.
emotional level.
Mhm.
I don't really want that to happen between the two of them.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Because you know what I mean? I eventually might get squeezed
I
out of this
can
whole scenario.
answer that. I wouldn't be about that. I wouldn't be signing
No.
none of that. Like, I'm not watching. If I'm not involved, it's not happening.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, right? That's what I'm saying, right?
Yeah.
Well, I'd be signing because I'm gonna get involved somehow.
For example,
Say
you
that, right?
pop it onto the chair.
Pop it from the
Tippy
bottom of the bed,
Whoop, how'd that get in there?
You are so annoying. I don't know. I feel like if we're bringing it back to the whole duties thing, I feel like that's not a duty that I'm willing to sign up for.
No?
I definitely think that you need to try new things to keep it spicy
Yeah.
or whatever, but I don't think that bringing somebody in is like oh we've been here doing this for how long?
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
I think that's something that you definitely discuss from the beginning. Like I don't think that's one of those things that later on in life you can just be like,
Yeah.
This is what I'm about now.
Okay.
unless you both
All right, about it.
yeah.
Okay.
But yeah. Okay, so what about initiating sex? Whose role is that?
I think that it is definitely both people's roles.
Okay.
Because when you're talking about being bored and blah blah blah, like if the guy, let me speak for myself. If I always have to initiate,
Mhm.
I'm gonna get bored, or I'm definitely gonna get bored faster than I would if you initiate.
Mhm.
So I definitely think
I
that's
agree with that. I think
unisex role.
So do you guys ever think like a woman? Okay, let's talk like pre-relationship.
That's fine. We could go.
Pre-
We could go.
So,
Okay.
right? Before. So
Yeah,
before the relationship.
Before our main relationship.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, think back to that time when you guys were...
That's gonna take me a while.
Yeah.
So,
Throwback.
okay, so pre-relationship, if
Okay.
you have a female who's just about it, does that make you feel like she's not wifey?
Yes.
See, that's the problem that I have.
See,
because it's like,
that's-
why?
Set you up for it. She set you
Wait,
up.
that's his answer.
Yeah,
that's
okay, so why?
So, are we talking about like? Okay, we need a bit more background story. on this
Okay.
female. Like, how, are you guys been talking? You guys been going out a couple times? Did she initiate something, or is this a female that you saw at the club and you're like, hey, you want to come back to my crib? And
Okay, let's do both.
So
If you're talking to, okay, so what's the difference then? If you're talking to a girl and she seems to be the one that's more forward, then why? Because I'm assuming you'd be like, no, that's not a problem. Why is it any different than if I'm in the club and I'm like, yo, I like you, or I like the way you look. Let's get out of here.
Again, this is just my perspective.
yeah, it's only we.
But my thing on it, when I look at sexual stuff, it's like I hold females to a different standard than I hold males.
Yeah.
Okay.
So first and foremost.
Yeah.
So I look at it.
Okay.
No, I hear him though. We're
That's how I
hunters.
think.
Yeah.
So I look at it like if you're willing to do this with me the first night,
Mm-hmm.
then sexually, I don't know how confident I could be trusting you because you're so
So
free.
what about
So if I
Exactly.
let me
How
flip
could-
it. If I initiate something with the female and she turns me down,
Yeah.
You like?
I would have more respect for that female than if she allowed me to do it. I'm just talking about like
So
right off the bat.
have you guys ever in your previous lives
Wait, you can't do that.
tested
Hold on a
somebody?
second. You can't do that. You let him answer and then jump.
Okay, sorry. Let me back
Alright,
up.
Alright.
Four
Let me
person
back-
gets there because I
let me back
think
up.
his answer probably is like off the wall.
No, my answer ain't on the wall. I think mine is pretty legit.
Pretty legit. Okay. Yeah, I think I'm with Forte. It's just one of those things where you if you're willing to do this with me, how many more were you willing to do this with?
Mm-hmm.
Oh my
You
god.
know what I mean? So it says.
Sexist.
I
We
think-
need a soundbite every time, so I can just hit the soundbite.
So I think it just sends a bad message
Yeah.
to most males, and they're just like, it might even be like, nah, like you could never really be wifey or be my girl.
That's so.
I wouldn't say
messed
never.
up.
I wouldn't say never.
I
Just
hear-
initially
I
off
hear-
the
I
top,
hear it.
there's still ways to get back.
I hear
there,
what
but
they're
just off
saying
the
because
top.
at the end of the day, like I said, like if you want to go into prehistoric times, we were hunters.
Mhm.
So it's like, where's the challenge, right?
Yeah,
like if you're
yeah.
not forcing back. However, this is how I look at it.
But the challenge could be with my mind.
Absolutely.
The challenge could be with.
Absolutely.
Are we even compatible?
Absolutely. So
sorry.
for me, I look at it like I feel like the club one is a very bad example
Mhm.
because I feel like I agree with you guys on the club thing because the only thing you're falling in love with is my wine, which that's possible, but I feel like the better thing is that like if you went on a date and you guys just clicked, had a vibe, and then you come back and happen to have sex, that's different. Because even though you hit it on the first time, it's more about your vibe and what's going on, and it's kind of like you fast forwarding, like, oh, we're really clicking. Oh, this was.
But why can't you meet in the club, leave the club, do what you're doing, and then have that same real conversation the next day?
I'm not
It's a
saying
chase. There's no chase.
I'm not
There's
saying you
there's
can't.
No
but
for
So
a
how
man,
come
there's no
guys? How
mental.
come girls can be easy, guys can't be easy too? How do you
Guys are
know?
easy.
How do you know
That's the
that
point.
we didn't say in our head? That's the thing that I don't think a lot of men understand.
Yeah.
Is the same way that a man will look at a girl and be like, "Bro, I want that."
Yeah.
Why do you guys think that we don't have that?
Because,
Why
No,
do
I
you
know
guys
you
think
guys
that?
have it.
because you
But
want to know
again-
why? You want to know why? Everybody in this room has a key. But
Mhm.
your key can't unlock my door. So, so if every key,
I know where you're going.
you do or you don't.
I know where you're
Oh,
going.
okay.
What?
So at the end of the
No, I don't know
Listen,
where
men
you're
and
going.
women are not the same. That's
Nah.
how I put it. They're not the same.
Nah.
So
I don't
we
think that
can't
we're
do
the
the same
same.
things.
I don't think that we're the same. But what I hate is like honestly, I go back and forth with a lot of my male friends all the time because I'm like, what is a slut? What makes a
Yeah.
slut? The way that I thought in high school was like, yo, any girl that's just whatever, that's somebody. Oh, she's a slut. She's a whatever. But then it changes to me because now that I'm 30 years old, you know, and it's like But at the end of the day, if she wants to do that, then
I'm not saying there's anything
cares?
wrong with her doing it, but she should know that if
That
she does
doesn't
it
mean
with
that
this
she-
man,
yeah.
there's a possibility this man is not going to view her that way.
Yeah.
So do it. Yes, you're fine, but just know that.
And I don't think that's fair because I feel like
Life ain't
if
fair.
everybody's I think that it should be based off of nobody wants anybody that's easy. I don't want a man that's easy for other women and vice versa. Like he's not gonna want me if I'm easy for other men. 100%, I agree. But I also feel like there's how do I say this? Like if you've been with, maybe you're testing the waters.
Yeah.
Maybe you just haven't found
Yeah.
the one.
Yeah.
That's why can't I be out here testing?
Nobody's saying you
That's
can't.
what I'm saying. You can
Nobody's
test.
saying you
No,
can't.
but why can't you be like, you know what? Maybe she did. Like, okay.
I think you're going into two different things. Correct me if I'm wrong. I think that you're trying to say right now, if she dibble-dabbled,
Yeah.
then that's going to affect her in the future. I'm not saying that.
No. I'm not saying that. I'm saying like
As long as
I
don't
just
know
don't
about
understand
about
how it's
your
like
dibbling.
It's a double
it's
standard.
so
That's all- it's a double
and like
standard. But
why
it's a
you
double
guys are just
standard.
so cool to be like, yeah, it is what it
It's
is.
because that's what it is.
I hate that.
Because,
There's
again, like
no
I
other way
said,
to
we're
explain it.
hunters.
There's no other way to explain it.
And a lot of us don't want to go for the easy
But
kill.
don't you think it's just equally as embarrassing to be like, you walked in with your man and say your man slapped up 3 girls in here?
Well, here's the difference. When we were younger,
Yeah.
it was talked about like an award, I guess you could say, or like,
Get your numbers up.
guys look at that and like, oh wow, you got that girl, oh wow, you got this girl, blah. Versus girls, it's like, oh, you slammed like 10 guys, you're a slut now. Which to me, that's not true, but that's how it was looked at. And a guy would be like, oh, you got 10 girls, you're the man.
I hear that, but what I'm saying is, this is what I'm saying, and this is me personally.
Yeah.
It's like my whole growing up, I grew up, all of my like cousins, majority of my cousins, I grew up with men, really, and I saw a lot of them with different people, whatever. So that made me realize like I could see the ones that they valued, the ones that they didn't, right?
Yeah.
Then also I grew up with a lot of guy friends too, and I would see how they treated people and what they would say to me and stuff. And then I felt like, you know what, I don't want to be that girl.
Yeah.
So I wasn't promiscuous or whatever when other people were, right? Now I've been in a relationship for a very long time. So how you know that it's like, shit, she should have got that shit out of her system when she was in her 20s.
And she should have.
You know,
I'm
whatever.
not denying that.
You see what?
Yeah,
so
that's how I
you
look
could
at
be
it.
like, oh well, I want the girl that's only been with 2 people, 3 people, whatever.
Yeah.
And then it's like, now you guys are happily whatever. And she's
Yeah,
now she's
you're
bored.
wrong. You're mixing
You're
it up.
mixing it up. So I'm
No.
talking about if
Because-
she could be with 15 people before me.
Yeah.
But if with me that first night, it's a write-off.
Even if she's
But-
a virgin.
So just because she slept with you for the
It's
first,
me. I'm not worried about the
so
people
you're
before
training.
me.
So what if somebody plays hard to get, but she's really like this is just her game?
But then it worked on him.
Exactly.
The game works.
That's his.
That's part of the
So
game.
really, it's
That's his
just
playbook.
how long?
It's
How
all a
long
game.
did it take?
It literally
you to
is all a
get
game. It's a
That's
game.
all that
That's
it is.
all
That's
it is.
his playbook. His
For-
playbook is that I want you to challenge me. And if you don't challenge me, then I don't
it's not
want
worth
to
it.
go
So you're
for
gonna
it.
assume. So it has nothing to do with if you
But
heard
we're
that she
all
was with other
assuming-
people. It's just
You
how
know how
fast
many
you got
girls
it.
that have been promiscuous in the past are now married and all?
Yeah,
like
yeah,
people
yeah.
change. Just you go through phases. I
Right.
get that.
I'm glad you said that. I
So
didn't know where
exactly.
you were
So I'm saying even if you slept with her on the first night, maybe you're just the one for her. That doesn't mean that like that's what I'm
Maybe.
saying.
It doesn't, but
You're not willing to.
I'm not. It's not saying I'm not willing, but it's gonna be harder for me to put
Yeah.
that
To think
mindset.
that.
Yeah.
She
You
pretty
guys
much
need-
she pretty much put an asterisk.
It's like you're like everybody else. Like that's
Yeah.
it. I don't want everybody else.
Yeah.
Like if I find 5 girls and I sleep with them all on the first night,
Yeah.
Yeah.
how are you different from these other
Yeah.
girls?
But how many times? Okay, so then how many times have you slept with a girl the first night for you to?
Now we're getting deep. Now we're getting deep.
And this is why I think that way.
And it's if you run games. Like
But-
to me, it's like if you run game,
Right.
like this adds. There's so many factors because like if you are running game all night and maybe you have me thinking that it's something different, and now I sleep with you, you
Yeah,
throw
but
me
if-
off. But you were running game, then it's
Yeah, but
different
my
if it's
game
like.
shouldn't be that easy. It shouldn't be that easy. Like
Game
there
shouldn't
should be
be
some
that
type of
easy.
battle.
Hold on.
Do you understand what I'm
Hold
saying?
on, hold on. I think that we need a little bit of a catch-up session. So, Sierra is saying something that I think is very vital to this conversation.
Yeah, niggas are liars.
That was
You
not.
lie,
That's
you
not-
lie,
That was
you lie.
not
That's what
what we
I'm
were
saying.
talking about.
That's what I'm saying.
That was not what we were talking
Lie,
about. Black
you
men do
lie.
not
Just
cheat.
be real. You
Thank
don't,
you.
like I
Okay.
said, there's a lot of females who is just like, oh, I want to get some dick. Why can't you just be like, really? I'm
You
just
can
trying
go
to fuck.
get it.
Guys
Yeah.
will be
Get
out
it.
here finessing.
But don't try to wipe that man because
Yeah.
don't try to wipe the man that you
No,
supposed
but
to
I'm
get
just
from.
no, but
Listen.
things can change.
When you go to Burger
Anybody
King
that
or
you met,
McDonald's
you
and you
met.
get a drive-through, do you look at that as nutritious food?
Thank you. Thank you. Fast food.
Fast
In,
food.
out.
You want a
No.
number one, a
You
number
sit
two,
down at
number
McDonald's.
three,
How
number
many times
four,
you sit
number
down at
five,
McDonald's?
right?
I don't need to sit down there.
Wow.
Drive through.
But
I
then,
walked
then when you
right
go to the
into
keg,
that one.
but then when you go to the keg,
You go
you're
to
gonna
the keg.
sit down, have your alcohol,
You're gonna have an
a nice
appetizer.
wine, yeah.
Relax.
You know you're gonna pay enough, and you're gonna be happy to pay
Because it's
that.
gonna be worth
But
it.
Right,
no,
you get your bang for
but
your buck.
what I'm saying is, okay. Anyways, what I'm saying is, if you are out here finessing things
Yeah,
to get with whatever,
right.
why should I would respect, it's the same thing. Like, you say, yo, this is what it is, and let the girl or whomever decide, like, yeah, this is what it is for me too.
Right.
Now, if you do whatever it is and you're like, I kind of like this, I kind of like you, and you continue to grow, well, I don't get why that's, like, you're so adamant to be like, no,
'Cause I won
this,
already.
if you
So-
finessed it, that's what I'm saying.
Hold
But
on.
you finessed it.
Yeah.
So maybe she
First
gave
off,
in to
first
you because
off,
she thought that it was something
So
more.
we gonna back up a little
me.
bit.
No, you're not gonna do what I was gonna do. Because I was gonna back up and already say that what's here brought up before is that you finessed this person, right? And I'm saying, well, you jumped to the conclusion and said, well, hold on. Well, she has a point. Because there's skill sets. Like we've talked about in the past.
He was there.
Right?
He was there.
I knew you were going. So I know you were part of the show at that time, but we had a very elegant conversation about skill sets. And skill sets is basically there's certain men that are built with different skill sets, and because of their skill sets, I guess they happen to finesse at a faster pace than other guys.
Okay.
Among other things, right? So, yes, you can meet a girl at a club. You can, quote unquote, finesse them. But it's all...
Okay, let's take the club out of it, because it might
No,
not
but
be
it
a club.
doesn't matter where it is.
Okay, yeah, so
Back in the day with the
we
mall,
finessed
like-
it. Okay,
Yeah,
we
It's not about
finessed
the
it.
location, but it's like...
But some people's
And I also think
a lot
that
more versus less.
it also depends on the groundwork. Like if we've had 20 calls or whatever, and then the first time that we meet up, that happens, it's different. But again, if I just met you, if I forget a club, if I came to a birthday party and I see this girl, I'm like, oh, she's popping. And for an hour, I put in work, or 2 hours, or 3 hours, and then she ends up at my house that day. It's like, okay, one, like everybody said, who else is she doing that to? Two, if it was that, because at the end of the day, you're in the moment. And I'm not going to be able to appreciate my skill sets in that moment.
Listen,
so I'm not going to look at it like, oh, I was...
your sexual skill set?
No, just before you even get
my overall skill sets.
Okay.
So if I'm not going to look at it in the moment and be like, wow, I'm that good that I made her change.
You know what it is? Let me break it down. Let me break it down for you. You got to get in my head before you get in my bed.
There you go.
Because once you're in my bed first, you're already out. Like you're already out.
Get a bomb for that one. Jeez.
You're already after that.
Can you say that again?
Get in my head before you get in my bed. Because then I won't forget you.
Yes.
Yeah, but that's so messed up to say
come
because you guys are trying to get in the bed before you get in her head.
So who wins the battle?
Yeah.
If I win, you're right off. If you win, okay, there's something there.
Again, what I still
Because you're talking about finessing. You're talking about finessing. Most guys will finesse the exact same way to these different girls.
Yeah.
So if all the girls are falling for the same finesse, how are you different?
And what he's saying is, if you say no, it's a go.
But how come one person, like even if it happened the same way, why can't one person be different?
I'm not saying it can't. I'm not saying this is the perfect like analogy. I'm not saying like there could have been a real person in that one night stand.
Okay.
But personally, I wasn't willing to.
Go. Okay. So follow up question. Now.
I feel like it's Sierra guy's show, man.
Sierra show? Yeah.
Sierra versus Super Fun.
I'm doing this for you ladies.
Yeah.
We're picking braids. We are picking braids.
Pay attention.
Okay. So so now let's say you finessed and it's the first night you're about to smash. Going back to the duties, are you going in like I'm trying to prove a point now?
What are you asking here?
How now you guys are in bed now.
You're talking about a random.
Are you
See, I look at you like random.
Yeah.
So
now
random
this
putting
is
on
the
a
quote-unquote
performance, or
yeah.
are you just trying to get?
Exactly.
I already got it. What is the performance for?
So you're not doing the performance. So you only do the performance for the girl that's
sexually.
That's exactly what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Why am I putting in all this? It wasn't work to get you here, so why am I?
I don't know.
Hold on, ladies, stop it with the first nighters. You're not even getting the premium.
Wait a minute.
Hold on.
From one man.
I don't know about Forte. Forte might have some different.
Yeah, he's talking about me. He's on the boat.
So hold on. So that's the question now. So are you putting?
Okay, I'm gonna stop you right now and say you need to ask these questions more specifically. Are you?
No, I'm giving it to everybody.
I'm saying specifically though. Like, if you're asking me, like,
or you get a workout.
If like this girl was my girl and I
she's talking about random.
Wait. Let me ask my question.
Yeah.
If this girl was my girl and I go down on her, would it be different versus if I met this girl? Is that what you're asking?
No,
that is what I'm asking.
Talking about all sexual aspects.
That's why I'm asking.
Yeah,
if you're talking about dick work, then like, yo.
Okay, yeah, let's do categories.
Yeah,
so now this is the one night stand opposed to the girl who got in your head before your bed.
Yeah.
Are you saying that your performance is different for the two?
Absolutely.
I'm saying absolutely in the way of if you're breaking it down like that. But if you're talking about dick work, I mean, even All-Star game, basketball, I got to shoot the same shot.
Okay.
So what you're
saying is
but you're not getting it all inclusive.
You're not going to go down on the first.
Well, I'll say this.
But you'd accept it if she wanted to give you head.
Well, who am I to say no?
No, I hate men.
Not to say that I haven't on the first.
Right. But it's not usual.
It's not like as if I want to. It's not about you. It's like I want to.
Okay.
Yeah, fact.
So what makes you want to?
It depends how bad you are.
Yeah, the vibe, the mood.
How bad you
if you're that girl,
sometimes that's part of the finesse.
And that's the thing. And
that's
stereotypically, sometimes the problem is too that while you don't like what we're saying, the problem sometimes is that you guys have a spell, quote unquote, on us. And that spell disappears once I finish. So that makes it even worse because I just finished and we don't have any groundwork to say, okay, well, there's this or that. It's like, nah, I'm done. Like,
that's it.
Bye.
That's a wrap. You can go.
Like, you know how they say, girl, bye,
so
girl, bye.
Okay, so when so after you are finished,
right.
Do you treat this girl differently than you did 20 minutes ago when you just met her?
I don't.
What?
No, because I didn't know her to treat her any way before.
No,
you're saying you're
finessing her.
I was finessing her, but yeah, I don't need to finesse her.
I'm sure you were.
I don't need to finesse her to one.
Listen.
Yeah, so you
I'm a nice guy.
now.
So
I treat everybody.
So you bought her a couple of drinks for the night, and now
next time I see her at the club, we're not buying more drinks.
But you see what he just went through? That's when I talk about different skill sets. I'm not buying you drinks.
Period.
Unless, like Jesse said, or Superfly said, unless I want to. If I have some conviction in myself, like, oh, she deserves a drink, I'm gonna get her a drink.
Oh, so
but that's definitely not my
standard. You never buy a drink for the box.
I finesse it with my mind.
That's a mindfulness right there. You buy a drink, the girl, you don't even talk to her for the rest of the night.
That's it.
Just get her a drink. You don't want to do nothing with her.
And sometimes
then you'll see her again.
When you're trying to develop your skill set, you'll do certain things.
Yeah.
Like not me, but I've seen guys leave their number, slip it to a girl, and walk away. And then that girl happens to call. You just got finessed.
What?
There's different types.
What? So when does somebody? So if she didn't call, then she would have passed the. Oh, you didn't make it easy. How come it can't? So no guy ever talks to the girl genuinely. It's always to see like it's a finesse.
Come on, man. Let's be clear.
I'm so confused.
Let's be clear.
What's the difference?
There is no difference. No matter what. When you marry your husband, he wants sex. When you first met him, he wanted sex. We all want sex.
So I think the intent when you go in, it's kind of on the same level, but then there's a growth.
So essentially, no guy ever talks to a girl to be like, I'm interested in getting to know her. It's more of the sex. And then you made it hard, so now he wants to get to know you.
You apply to every job, but some jobs are a summer job, some jobs are a temp job, some jobs are a career.
Okay.
So You still send the same resume, but you know which job you're gonna pick.
Same resume. No cover letter, just
No
a resume.
cover letter, just a resume, bro. You see my skills.
I'm going home to. Oh.
I'm just saying, one night stands are great
I'm
if
so
you're
hungry.
just in it for the sexual experience.
Yeah.
But don't get into a one night stand thinking
With a
I can
relationship.
build off of this.
Yeah. It's not a +1.
Okay, so back to my question because you didn't answer and JT you didn't
Which
answer.
one? Okay, question.
First class didn't answer. The question was the performance. Like
Right.
you're saying that. Well, sorry, you did answer.
No, he did answer.
Yeah.
Actually, I'm on
you
the same
didn't
tip.
answer.
I was confused. I thought like you were saying when you meet this person, is it a 10 minutes or is it a 4? Like you put in work,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
But it's one of those. Like
I feel like the best way to put it is like you get a different package.
yeah, there's different packages.
If you come in,
hand
you
out
get the
different
basic
packages.
package.
You
If
hand
you've been
out
around, you
different
can get the premium.
Facts.
There's sometimes where you put in the work and
So you never put in work for a first nighter?
I have,
Okay.
but
No,
that was the
sometimes-
exception to the rule.
Sometimes you
But
do.
was it because you wanted the first nighter to be more than
That's the
one
thing.
night?
No.
No,
Well,
I
continue
like-
dating
how-
another
how-
night.
how we
but
were-
it's not
yeah.
still. It's not a wife. It's
Yeah.
another night.
And
Yeah.
it's one of those things too. It also depends on the girl,
I'm the girl, yeah.
right? Like this can be a girl that like, yeah, you got her once, but you've been like wanting to get this girl from before.
Yeah. So
So now
that
you have these amped
put
up
in that
feelings.
work. You put in that work.
So she knows.
So was it a
And
first
then-
nighter if you've seen this person multiple times, but then the first conversation you fuck?
That's a good
Is that a
question.
first nighter?
I think it's,
Yeah, I
I
think
think it's
so.
a
I
first
mean, yeah.
nighter if it's your first like
Real
conversation.
interaction. Okay.
If you guys have had interactions before,
Yeah,
and that's different. But if
That's
we've
different,
seen each other, that doesn't mean nothing.
So okay, so if it's a different interaction, if you've seen this person a couple times, and now is that like she was hard to get? Like what if you put in multiple conversations? Is it still in your head?
Okay,
like,
so
I'm just trying to smash?
I'll put myself on this one. I'm a person that likes to jab and move, so I'm gonna put a little feeler out
Okay.
there. I'll leave it.
Yeah,
I'll
drop
put a
a
feeler out
comment,
there
see what
again.
happens.
Like if I really feel like it, then I'll go all the way in, whatever. But I'm usually like, I like to watch, see what the movement is, blah blah, and then go in. So by that time, it's not a one night stand because I've already did my groundwork.
Yeah, you did your groundwork. Yeah.
So if you do more groundwork, does that make you want to perform better?
No, not necessarily.
Not necessarily. Not necessarily.
I don't think it makes me want to perform.
But kind of going back to something that first class said, it depends on who that girl is, too, right? Because me personally, in my past life, I've been in a situation where it's like you meet someone, you put in that work, right? You now back up, and that person's talking about it. So now a friend comes along.
Yep.
So because I put in that work, I got 2 for 1.
Yep.
No, because she went and told her friends that, yo, hey, I'm good to go. I'm good to go.
Wow.
Mind blown
Love
over
it.
here. Seriously.
Wow. Okay.
You know what I mean?
That's a lot of.
If
it's a lot
I-
Okay,
of
so what about
recognition.
if you? Okay, so what
Don't
about
do it,
the
don't.
people? No. I don't know what you're talking about. Anyways, what about if you get the first night or whatever, and she doesn't do her duties?
What do you mean she didn't do her duties?
Have
She
you
doesn't
ever had?
perform very well?
Yeah.
Okay.
So okay, no.
I got a story.
Better question. What is performance for a female? Because I have guys who will tell me like, yo, I don't even care if you are like, you don't have to do anything. It's more about the box itself.
No.
Then I've heard
Not
have
here.
other
Not
guys
here,
who
bro.
don't
No
want.
starfish
Not
over
here, bro.
Those-
Not here, bro. Not here, bro. Nope. I do
Yeah,
not
no.
sign that. So that's
Okay,
fine.
so
Wow.
do you guys care? Okay, so if you guys are all on the same page, then do you care when you're performing for somebody that's doesn't really mean much? Do you care if she finishes?
No,
No.
absolutely not.
Oh,
No.
you guys make
Do I
me
care?
sick. You guys make me sick. But like JT,
I just met you.
but like you just said, sometimes isn't it an alley-oop for greater things? So girls talk.
Sometimes.
So
But-
why would you want it out there for?
Hold on.
No.
something-
Devil's advocate. She didn't even finish it. She still told her friend, and he got a 2 for 1.
Yeah.
No,
Why would I
I'm
care?
saying, why would that not make you want to make
Listen,
sure
let me
that
answer that
every
question.
experience,
Let me
like
answer
you
that
meet
question.
people with more than
Girls
they came in?
don't care what their girls think.
Nope.
they want to experience for themselves.
Yep.
So it doesn't matter. You could be with somebody and tell your girl, yo, it only lasted 30 seconds. Like, it was the worst.
Yeah,
she's
small.
still going to hit him up and be like, yo, one 30 seconds with me. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Maybe that's you,
I
boo.
feel like that's more guys. I feel like guys are more like that than girls.
Nope. I'll tell you, nope.
Are you trying to say that guys, that's a lie. You want to know why
I'm
I think
trying to
that's a
tell you
lie?
that-
Because growing up, there was a resident brainer. How did she become the resident brainer? Because one man said and told another man and told another man.
That's
and
not
then
true.
everybody went to
Because
go
that's not
try
true.
it.
Yeah.
That's not. Oh, okay.
And
Yes,
she
it
actually
is.
tried it. That's why she's the resident
Yeah.
player, because she did it to everybody.
When we all know,
Yeah,
It's not
but
based
also-
on one person.
yeah.
Yeah.
But it
I'm
doesn't even
saying-
make it good. It just means that's what she did.
But that's what I'm saying. Because again, there's somebody. There are people where
Right. We all
It's
know
like-
somebody there.
okay, and if they're good at a quote unquote skill, you might say that the skill is good, but you might say that the skill's bad.
No, but
you still
no.
want to try the skill.
That's where
Exactly.
you're.
But
That's
that's
where.
guys. That's
No,
not
no.
girls.
I think you're wrong with that though, because usually they have a residence for a reason. So their
They
skill
got-
sets have been confirmed.
They got that.
So much
status
so
of
that
a
another guy's like, "Oh yeah, you should try it too and see what you think."
because the status is up there. Status is up there.
Yeah, but you guys just said that you feel like no matter what a girl says, another girl's gonna want to do it anyways. But I
I'm
feel
not
like
saying.
that's not
I'm
the
not
same. I
saying
think
that. I'm just gonna say
that's more guys'
that
trait.
back in the day,
Uh-huh.
I've had a lot of girls, friends,
I
message
love
me
the disclaimer.
inappropriately, and it's like, why are you messaging me? Let's see where this goes.
Oh, you are saying that they messaged you based because the friend already said like da 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 da.
So like, if it was you,
Yeah.
your friend is now messaging me when it's like,
Mhm.
you should be messaging me, even though we're
But
not
then
together.
that's no coming into like I feel like with girls that's
That's
more
like a-
are you really friends?
Yeah.
Because if my friend
Yeah.
I can my circle of friends there's never been a swap
Yeah.
ever.
Yeah, you know.
But I do know that I know Anyway.
All right.
that I know.
Easy.
But I do know girls.
Yeah.
I know girls
Yeah.
that have swapped,
Yeah.
but that's not like my
Yeah,
circle
yeah,
of
yeah,
friends.
yeah,
Is what I'm
yeah,
saying.
yeah.
So in that sense, like yeah, girls do talk, and it could have been I told my girl who's friends with that other girl, and she told that girl that my experience,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
and then that makes so and so want to go and hit
But
up
that's
whatever.
different than
But
having
with
a
guys,
residency.
I feel like with guys, it's like. It could be one girl who has a skill set, and it doesn't matter who said what. You just want to get the skill set too, if you know that it's
So
easy.
so with guys, it's like a community chess, right? Like when you have a girl
Oh my god!
that has a
There's
residency,
levels to this. There's
like
levels to it.
it's like it's like a news report that goes out, and then guys are like, "Oh well, okay, I want to know how that is."
So
too."
are you mad?
And then
Okay,
there's
so are
there's
you?
some that overstay the residency.
Yes.
So when
There-
it happens too much, then
Yeah.
it's like someone will come tell you and be like, really?
Yeah.
Like, why'd you go there?
And then
Like,
sometimes because
you don't want to go there.
and then
'cause you know.
sometimes because you have that, you might swap.
Okay, so
Tell your friend like, "Yo, you gotta take this."
because I'm over it.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Anyways, this you guys make it seem like it's a chore. Just
What do you
say
mean?
what you just said. Like,
Well,
I'm tired of
I
doing
thought
this
the
now.
conversation was about duties in
Yeah.
the bedroom.
I mean,
It is.
We're
We're-
kind
we're-
of there.
Yeah,
all
we're-
there.
It's
It's
all
all
It's
there.
like a lazy river. Like, go on.
So okay, do guys feel a way if there's somebody who's for everybody?
I don't like how you're wording that, so I'm gonna speak for me.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you
yeah,
guys say your opinion.
Yeah.
Would you feel a way if there's somebody that's been for everybody, right?
Mm.
And you hear like it's crazy, whatever. You go now and you do whatever it is that they're crazy at,
Mhm.
and it wasn't good. Do you feel like
No.
it's you, or do you feel like
Who thinks that? Dude? Nobody
Yeah,
cares.
like,
not-
but
I
that's
think,
why.
Oh.
I think
Yeah.
it's
No?
done. I did it. It's done.
I just
Move
wanna
on.
bust.
Like, I'm not
My
thinking
shot,
about
my
that.
shot's gone. That's
Yeah.
it.
Once you release the ball,
And we can still be
it's
cool.
over.
We won't do that again, maybe. But we
Exactly.
can still be cool. Like I'm not gonna diss you. I'm not gonna go like.
Okay, so what
oh,
if
she
I
You
do
might-
might,
that?
you might keep that person around, then
Yeah.
you know. Hate
She might be good at doing filing taxes or something.
You guys are so rude. I can't. So okay, my mind is just.
Oh man,
Watch
this
that,
is definitely
watch that
the
pass
hot
or
seat.
something.
I'm sweating.
I'm like so upset.
There's levels, there's levels,
I know
there's
you're
levels.
upset.
I
This
feel
is all, like,
I feel so
factual
sorry
information.
for
It's
Beans.
like,
She's
it
gonna
goes
go
to
home and
show-
just kill this guy.
No, it goes to show like the lack of respect I feel
It's
that
not lack
men
of
have for
respect,
women. It
Yeah,
is.
no,
we-
women have-
It
well,
is.
We do have a lack of respect. I'm not disagreeing with that, stereotypically, but it's more so how you guys are built versus. We're very basic. That's all it is.
I
We're
don't
very
feel that way
basic.
because there's so many guys that finesse. If it was based
But
on
that's our job.
no,
What do you
your
mean, no?
job
Wait,
is
hold
to
on.
be real.
Hold on,
At the end of the day,
Hold on a
everybody in
second, hold
this
on,
room,
hold
no, everybody in this room has a daughter. So you're not going to respect a man that finesses your daughter. Why can't you just be real with her?
I'm going to teach my daughter
How
to
to know.
bypass the finesse.
Exactly.
That's my
Yeah.
I
job.
agree.
That's
my
I
job.
agree.
Yeah.
But what I'm saying is,
And she still
there
will get
are
finessed
people.
once.
Yeah.
There are people that finesse, like
Yeah.
really finesse, when
Yeah.
it's unneeded.
No,
It's
no,
That's what I'm saying.
guaranteed. Like, okay, let's
So
use
that's
for,
not
let's use for
fair. That's
example.
not playing fair.
Forte might walk in the room and doesn't have to say anything.
Yeah.
But that's just part of his skill. That's
Has
what
that
he
ever
does.
happened to you?
He's let him finish.
Then you have people who they're like, okay, you know what? I see that baddie across the room, and they're in the ear all night. That's just
Yeah,
their
if
part.
you're gonna be in the ear all night, what I'm saying is be in the ear and be genuine. If you're gonna be like you guys said,
But
some
Superfly
people
Forte is
finesse.
quiet. In the corner, it's not genuine.
No,
He's just quiet.
But there's
He
different
might
levels.
be being genuine at
Excuse me,
that
there's
time.
different levels of finesse. Then there's some guys who finesse in the bedroom. You're making love when you fully know you're not really trying to. That's why I asked you the question. Like, okay, so if this is a girl that you really don't care about, how do you perform?
But maybe that
Because
is how
some
he
people-
performs. How do you know that's not how he performs usually?
No. But there's levels, like you said. Like, okay, sexually speaking,
Yeah.
for me personally,
Yeah.
I'm not gonna kiss you if I'm not really feeling you. I believe that you can sleep with somebody and have no real
Absolutely.
connection.
Right.
I'm not gonna. To me, kissing is like a connection.
Connection.
If
Yeah,
I
yeah.
kiss you,
Yeah.
understand that I probably have feelings for you.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
but like I could sleep with you and be like, bro, I was just.
Yeah.
You look good. I want to sleep with you, right?
Yeah.
So some guys and girls
Yeah.
finesse. They do the most in the bedroom. Then wonder why people are like cuddling. Let's say after you fuck now, why are you cuddling with me if you fully well know whatever? Why? That type of stuff.
But that's what I'm
Or
saying, some
Because we
dudes
never
do
sleep
that.
over.
There's
Why
some
don't you
dudes who do
stay?
that.
Blah blah blah. Why? Like things like that. I feel like that is a finesse. And then that type of stuff, you can't turn around and be like, yo, this bitch is crazy. She's not getting that, whatever. And I feel like guys do that to girls.
No,
100%.
a lot of guys do that. A lot of guys do that.
Yeah.
But that's the awkward stage after, and they don't know what to do.
I've even said to some people in the past, my boys and stuff like that. I'm
Every
like, yo,
time. We get it, guys. It's in the past.
in the past. Yeah, but
You don't know when they're listening.
You can't be going out there and handing out the prime stuff. You gotta put it in the middle so that you know what I mean. Like these ladies are not getting all crazy because, like you said, they get the wrong intention. They're like, oh my gosh, he made love to me. He did this. He did that. So now they think
There's a difference. I just want to add, like, there's a difference between bringing the dick work and like putting it on somebody and be like, okay, I think everybody. You're not gonna leave the room feeling like this girl was a waste of my time. For me.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
I wouldn't want anybody like, you know what I mean? 100%. But I'm also not gonna be like, all the talking and whatever. I feel like that is the stuff that it's like.
So let me ask you a question. So I know that you haven't done this before. So hypothetically,
Okay.
you would have to look at this person that you're just gonna have sex with and be like, oh, he could be husband material by looks.
No, I don't think that's possible. I definitely don't think that's possible.
I'm saying
What I'm
also
saying
no.
is I'm
Also,
interested in. I can look at somebody and look at the way they carry themselves and say like I'm interested in to get to know that person.
Yeah,
That's what I'm saying.
I don't think you're
Which
getting
I think
my, I don't think you're,
guys
I
don't
don't
do
think
that.
you're getting my question.
But
but
sorry.
Hold on.
Oh, okay.
So my question, let me word it this way. In my past, I've dibbled and dabbled with people that I've looked at and been like, oh yeah, you definitely couldn't be my wife, but like we could do this.
But wait, what is it that person's doing that you feel she can't be your wife?
She doesn't look good. She doesn't look good enough.
yeah, the physical. Yeah.
Oh, like she's not cute enough.
Yeah.
Nah. I
Okay.
can't bring you home to see my parents, but I can bring you home to see my bed.
Yeah. I
Okay.
agree. There's a couple of those.
Yeah.
But
So that's why I was asking you, is that how it would be with you, even though you've never
With guys, like I said, I feel like for me, I'm like I like the way I can see somebody and be like you're attractive,
Yeah.
like you're attractive. I think you're good looking,
Yeah.
and then that's different than seeing a guy that I think is physically attractive, but I also like the way he might dress. I also like the way he's in a room. I like people who are like. You don't really have to say much, but you know that you walked into the
right.
room. Like I
Yeah.
like people like that.
And
So it
see-
could be your whole demeanor that makes me now want to be like, okay, let me see what else. Like,
and that right there is
Yeah.
my point. Even though you're
but that's
one
not what you
person,
guys
I'm
said.
one
So that's why I was
person.
confused. Yeah.
What I'm saying is I don't need all that. If I just feel like, oh, okay, this could happen,
Yeah.
then all those things don't really matter to me. If you don't make a presence in the room, but it could just happen, Then let's see where this goes.
You're talking like just a one night stand.
Yeah.
So, but what I'm saying is how, like, I'm trying to understand the difference between a one night stand. Like, how come a one night stand can never?
I'm just saying, if I look at you already and I know that you can't be my wife,
It doesn't matter.
and I'm still bringing you home, why would I care if you finish? You're never gonna make it.
Yeah.
I guess that's true.
You're just not tall enough for multi.
That's
You're
true.
just not tall enough.
But I'm gonna do this exhibition for you, like, you know, it's fun.
But I was gonna say, sometimes guys get confused too. Not
for sure.
Not all of them have the
It's a
skill
skill
set.
set.
So
To
some of them,
separate,
Yeah.
this is a
And
one
you
night
gotta-
stand.
yeah.
This is
Yeah,
this is someone I want to
yeah,
entertain.
yeah.
Like some guys just have one track
Yeah,
mind
yeah.
where it's like, this is what I do. I like to cuddle,
Right, yeah.
so I'm gonna cuddle this girl even though I don't have
For
any
example,
intention.
you'll
you
go to a
get
club and see a guy that you know will always buy bottles.
Okay.
And if that girl is not about bottles, he's done. Versus there's other guys that can they have different plays in their playbook.
yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
There's
And
guys
I
that will, like you asked earlier, will you give them everything? There's guys that will only do that. Like, oh yeah, like you're cute, I'll go down on you. That's their game to get that girl.
Yeah.
It's all about your
And
skill
that doesn't
set.
necessarily mean that he's.
There's some
Well,
guys.
if I was a girl, I'd look at that guy as he's whack.
Oh
Yeah.
100%.
So there's some guys who'll be like, okay, yeah, they're doing this and whatever. Let's say the girl's brains is like crazy.
Mhm.
Like now they're in love. They're like, yo, I've never had like that. My toes never curl like that. It's like, bro, calm down. It's not that serious. But you know what I mean? At that point, they're thinking, yo, maybe this is wife material.
But that's what I'm saying is like, how come nothing can change? Like,
It can.
in that
I'm saying
time?
it can. It
Yeah.
can. It just
We're just saying
It's
it's
very
harder.
it's rare.
Yeah,
it's
it's
rare.
hard.
It's rare.
Yeah,
It's
it's
rare.
hard.
It's
It's
rare.
like
And
John
even
Legend and Chrissy Teigen, they slammed on the first night from the club, and look.
I'm pretty
Happily
sure John
married
Legend
too.
slams everybody on the first night.
I mean, it's John Legend.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Is
But there's
he found
something.
his-
There has to
But
be
there's
something
something
different
there.
from her. There has
He
to be
probably
something.
cuddled her after.
There has to be something
So
from her.
have you guys ever cuddled a one night stand that you
Yeah,
full
I
well knew you're not
I-
going to
I-
tomorrow?
Not a full cuddle, but like a little rubber.
I'm
I'm gonna give
it's
you a
like-
story. Honestly, for me, the first time that I think I was on the opposite end of things was like mind blowing to me. So
like,
for me,
oh, you thought it was something and she was.
no, not even that. So for me, like I'll go somewhere, whatever, meet whoever. It's a one night stand, slap, bam, whatever, right? I'm ready to go. But the first time a girl did it to me, and I wasn't. That's not what I was thinking. I was like, what?
Yeah, you know what?
Like. She
That
came back, she
happened
did
to
her
me,
thing,
but it wasn't
and
a
I'm
one-night
thinking,
stand, but yeah.
she's gonna get comfortable, she's
Yeah.
gonna lie down.
Oh,
She got up and got dressed,
shit.
and I'm like, I'm like, what's happening right now? She's like, I'm out. I'm cut.
But at the same time,
I-
you know what it is too? Because I've been in situations where you just don't want to be rude.
Yeah.
Sometimes you might slam and a girl might want to lay on your shoulder. Or you're going to be like, yo, get off me.
Yeah,
We're done.
yeah.
Like, it's rude.
But
Like,
you're
you can't
sitting
do
there
that.
so awkward.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, I don't want to be here right
Yeah,
now.
like, you know? And you're floating in your head, okay, I'm going to give you 10 minutes and go to the washroom.
And then I get an emergency call. I gotta go.
Yeah. Which is really, how was it?
No, but I mean, but like that type of stuff, I feel like that's all the finesse. Because it's like, why can't you just be like, yo, it's not one of those. Like, get
Because I don't
off.
want to hurt your feelings.
Exactly.
But if you're hurting her
Did you
feelings,
used to watch the game? Remember
But
when the
you're
league used to
still
get the care
hurting-
package? That's the care package.
but you're still hurting her feelings if it's like, you laid there with her for 10 minutes, whatever, and then when she hits you the next day or in a week, and you're giving her kind of the cold shoulder.
But I'm not going to do
Because
that.
she's going to turn around
But
and
I'm
be
not
like,
going to
we
do that.
cuddle.
I'm not going to do that, though.
Who
I'm not
is
going to
it?
give you the call. If you want to have a conversation, I have a lot of. We
Yeah,
can have a
I'm gonna-
conversation.
No, but you
You
know
don't
what
do
I
that.
mean.
I know, but I don't do that. You know what I mean?
You seem like a cold
I don't do
shoulder.
that. I still have a conversation. We're just not likely going
So
to
how does one know, like, this
A
is not
female?
going anywhere?
You should.
A female. How
How
does
does
a
she know?
female know? If she feels like, because I hate when guys are like, girls are crazy. You get what I'm
But
saying?
you know
Like,
what it is?
oh,
A girl,
girl's crazy.
listen, if you have a one night stand and you cuddle and you
Mhm.
think that means something, you are crazy.
Yeah.
You know, 24 hours ago, you didn't even
Fact.
know this person.
Yeah, fact.
Now all of a sudden you're planning your life
Yeah,
around them.
Fact.
So you are crazy.
Like, what is this? This is
That's
not
my
the.
fault.
It's not the Bachelor. Like, it's not Temptation Island. Like,
So
there's no
yeah.
Anyway,
cameras.
shit.
Yeah, it's on now. It's on right
Is
now. So,
it?
yeah, you can
But, all right.
So yeah, you can have a great experience, a great night, but
Yeah.
you can't take that and run with it.
Yeah,
like,
man. Like, don't
if
get caught
there's
up.
no follow up after that night,
Don't
you
get
can't
caught
expect.
up.
Yeah.
That's it. Daisy said it, man.
Okay, so
Leave that for what you see.
is it a female's duty to like now? Okay, getting back to more not less one night stands,
Yeah.
more either talking or relationship. is it a female's duty to perform like A+ every time? Is it your duty to perform A+ every time?
No. I feel like
75%.
I feel like the problem is while we're talking about these
duties?
one night stand woman and first relationship, I feel like the problem is that when you get in a relationship, I feel like the wives should act like the one night stands. They should, like you should come home one day and pull your man's dick out and just go to work. You should do things like that.
Oh my God. Okay.
You wifey now, so you can do it.
Speak on it.
No. Okay, I will speak on it. But one thing that I feel like guys don't understand is like with guys, it's easy for you guys to get horny.
Yeah. Okay.
For women, it's like a bunch of things together for a woman to feel that way. So what are you doing for me to make me now be like, when this nigga comes home now, I want to do this.
Yeah.
It's a circle, but I feel like with a lot of men, they think that the woman is supposed to like, oh, you're not doing your wifely duties, or yo, you're getting into routine or whatever, because you guys don't do anything to make me want to be like, yo, I gotta stay on my toes.
But the issue is
I feel like the only time that women stay on their toes is like consistently. When it's fresh, but I mean like when you're past the fresh, when it's past the fresh stage is when you think that your nigga's out here doing something he's not supposed to be doing, and now you're competing. Okay. But it's hard. Like I feel like, what are you guys doing? Well, like, yo, let me.
Devil's advocate is exactly what you just said. You should always be competing. Even if there's nobody there.
Because if a guy feels like he's competing with other men, now it goes back to the
I never said competing with other men. I'm saying that just like how you hear, I always say this. Every time a champion wins, if they don't train and the next contender comes up, they're gonna get knocked out because they're not training. Right. You need to train and maintain. So
how are you guys training and maintaining?
I'm doing exactly what I did in the beginning. I'm giving you that good dick.
No, what the hell? Who told you? You can't tell me this again. You can't tell a lot of females, and this is why people gas out and later on in their relationship is because they never told you from the beginning that the dick was just like not good enough. Yeah, it's like they liked you because they liked you. Like, I love his conversation. He's so nice, blah, 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 whatever. And then it's like, the dick's all right. Yeah. But you stay, and you guys think like, yo, my dick is A1.
So if the dick was all right then, and you weren't finishing then why does it matter what I come home to do for you? Now
I'm older now, and you're telling me, I want you to do X, Y, Z. Why the fuck am I doing this for you? Like, fuck you.
I think men and women in relationships are very
different.
They're different. Because I think men come into a relationship as is.
Yeah, exactly.
And like they expect the woman to be like, okay, this is how I started. Yeah, so like nothing changed. So why has it changed? But women like continue to evolve.
I feel like that's a great point, and an even better way to put it is that women try to mold you to what they want you to be molded.
Well, in the later stages.
Yeah,
but in the later stages, they accept.
Once again, I feel like women get finessed because you guys do all this talking about what you want to be and what you're going to be and what we're going to be, and you guys are not really serious.
So and then when
we build the foundation based off of the dream, what you said it was going to be and who you said you were going to be, and we give you time to evolve. Not like I can only speak for me. I'm not going to pick somebody up and build something with. I didn't find my fiance and say like, yo, I like the way he looks, but he sucks at this, and this, but I'm going to change that. No, it was never like that. It was based off of the things like, I don't really like this, and this, but that's something that he wants to do, or he read my mind and said, yo, this is what I want out of life. And I was like, oh shit, that's what I want out of life too, and now we're here. That's what I'm saying. That happens to so many females.
It's so funny because it's so true.
Yeah, right?
No, it's true.
It's true.
That's why you guys see all these ads and start buying stuff. Fashion Nova and stuff.
No, and that's your fault.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
Why did you buy my dream? You didn't buy the reality, you bought my dream? I'm a great marketer.
But listen. Also to play devil's advocate, men may have these dreams.
Yeah.
But they also need the female to help them achieve these dreams.
100%.
So
100%.
If a female is there just waiting for them to get there, chances are he's not going to be there.
No, but Well, any female who's just waiting for it to happen, like that's on her. But I'm saying when you are working, you know that you're pulling your weight, you're working hard. My mind is not gonna be like, yo, oh, he came in and he looks a little stressed. Let me suck his dick right now. What about? Am I stressed? What about? It could be the simplest things. Yo, texting me all day, texting me, whatever, grabbing me cup. Here's change for your tea this morning. Here's this. It's little things that guys can do that then turn around and make a woman do other things, right? Yeah. But when you expect these things and it's like you're doing nothing, why the fuck would I? Yeah.
So with the little tidbits that you just put in there, right?
Yeah.
If that guy was doing those things, do you feel then that you should be coming home and doing those things?
Sure, for
I'm
sure.
gonna give my girl some change for her coffee when I get home.
It's little things like everybody's different. Everybody's different. But I think
that's a good disclaimer there.
I believe that it's for women, it's little things that can add up to now build the bigger picture for a woman to say, duty wise, let me go the extra mile for my man. But I feel like with men, they think a woman is just supposed to like.
Also,
you're just supposed to be a freak, but you're not allowed to be a freak from the beginning. Because if you're a freak from the beginning, then he's not really going to take you serious.
Nobody said that. Nobody said that.
Yes, you did.
No. Nobody said that you cannot be a freak from the beginning.
But girls are not. Well, it depends on what you're doing. But if I sleep with a guy, whatever, regardless if we're building or I just sleep with him, and he gives me good dick, I am less inclined to think to myself, oh, he must be dicking everybody down like this. I'm just going to say he gave good dick. If a girl gives wicked head and she does this and that, you're going to assume like, yo, but is she doing this with everybody?
No. We're talking about literally if it happens the first time.
Okay, so if
we've gone on dates or whatever, and then she comes 3 dates and she comes over and gives me the best head of my life,
you're not going to be worried about whatever.
Not at all. Okay. I'm worried about when it's going to happen again.
I'm making another reservation.
Or even like I don't know. I look at.
So I just want to know what are like your duties from that are like required all the time
in the bedroom.
Yeah.
So I think that my duties is to please you.
Okay.
Right. I think that my duties is to switch it up.
Okay.
I feel like the duties go both
sides.
Yeah.
But I feel like those are my duties. I feel like my duties is to fulfill you even when I don't want to. So even if there's a day that like you roll over and you want something, I'm gonna do it. You might have to help me get a head start. But yeah, okay, fine. You want it? I'm a team player. I feel like at every given day, I'm not going to be the best, but that's the day that you're going to pick it up. And when you're not picking it up, I'm going to pick it up. So that goes for me for everything. Emotionally, mentally, sexually, all of that.
So how often, is there such thing as too much sex? Like all fun and jokes aside. Have you ever met a girl that's like, bro, again?
Well, I'll tell you this. I haven't been fortunate to have too much sex. I'll put it like that. All right, so I can't answer that.
Have you ever talked to a girl where it's just like, yo, all you ever want to do is have sex? Like,
no.
Never.
I've never said that. I've had girls that's what they do.
I've had that issue, but only with girls that I don't have a connection with. So it's like I don't want to have that much.
And that's another thing too. Like when we're talking about the one night stand, like you can have a girl that you just have sex with, but there's some type of connection there.
Like sexually only.
No, not just sexually.
Connection in general.
Like I'm not saying like you're gonna be my girlfriend, but like you know,
like
we could actually we could talk.
Cool.
Like we're cool.
You know? I feel like with girls they never get that.
What do you mean?
Like
it's either one or the other.
They think that it's either because I've had a friend tell me that before, where he's just like, yo, I could like you and I can hang out with you all the time, and like I like your company, but that doesn't mean I want to date you. And I feel like with girls, they think that like if this guy's consistently around you, plus you're having sex or whatever, they think that it means you're going somewhere.
I mean, I can understand how that's confusing.
Yeah, and I feel like that's the problem sometimes with girls, and then that's no longer a finesse.
Yeah.
That's like sometimes girls have that tendency of putting something in their head that was never there.
But I feel like that's a mental block between both parties.
That's both. That's a communication.
Yeah, both parties.
Yeah.
It's mental block.
But sometimes guys say it, and girls ignore it. Whatever.
Yeah. And even like how there's some guys that You keep having sex with them, they'll tell you that they love you, even though they don't love you. Like, you know, like
Yeah, they're in the moment.
that's
a weak
yeah,
finesse.
that's a weak finesse.
Yeah.
I think JT did that once.
You
I've done it.
But it's like you don't love them. Maybe you love her.
The box.
Like the box.
Everybody
You're not
else
talking
doing
to her.
it.
You're talking to her.
Yeah.
I definitely think that's happened where it's like you don't like the girl, but you love her friends.
I never told a girl during sex I love her.
No, but that is possible to not like a girl and like.
But love her boss.
Oh, for sure, absolutely. Yeah, I'm co-signing that one,
Like,
but I still won't tell
as
her.
hell. Like, I don't ever want to talk to you.
Like, damn, I'm horny.
Yeah. But if I have too many drinks, you might get that.
Honestly, I always say all the time I would love to be a guy because I want to know what sex is for guys. I obviously know what it is for girls. I want to know, like, what is it about sex for a guy? Like, what's the difference? Because the way you guys act for it is crazy to me.
And then as soon as it's done, it's over. Like
that's
that
the crazy
whole
part.
feeling that we had.
I'm telling you.
Or like, why is it so imperative to have
you know the best way to put it is? It's like filters versus no filters. Like before sex, you have all the filters up, and then you see the real girl after.
I understand like pleasure, wanting to have sex, but why like? What's the big thing of having sex with different people or like
different
why?
experience? It's like traveling to different countries.
So no one bosses the same. Or no two bosses are the
Sprite,
same.
ginger ale, orange crush.
No,
grape crush.
absolutely not.
No two bodies are the same.
No. And you gotta find the appreciation in each body.
No two chemistries are the same.
Yeah, no, definitely.
Some boxes,
even though they might be similar, they're not the same. Yeah. You gotta try different ones, man.
You gotta know what you like, man.
Yeah, you gotta know what you like, and sometimes you gotta branch out.
What?
You gotta branch out.
What?
Sometimes you might only like chocolate, and sometimes you gotta go vanilla. Sometimes you gotta go strawberry sherbet.
Okay, so that's actually a good question. So, for duties, do you guys think that you have different requirements for duties based off of the race?
Oh, I wasn't even talking about race, but not for me.
But I'm saying because you said vanilla, whatever.
I said it before, so I'll say it again. They're all the same laying down, man.
So it doesn't matter. You're saying like white girls and black girls and whatever Chinese girls. And it's like they fuck the same.
I feel like
there's differences.
I feel like there may be differences, but I don't believe the hype. I want to know it for myself. So I'm gonna treat you like everybody, and then
No. I'm saying like, so for instance, like the way that they say white girls always give head, like that's just like kissing to white girls.
Well, I'll tell you this. I think
do
that
white
might be
girls
true.
and black girls give head the same? Like everybody's different, but
I just know black girls and black girls get head differently. It's a person.
No, I know, but I'm saying
it's not the race.
I think if you were to word it a little bit different, so that I think for most people in their head, they'll feel like maybe white girls are more inclined to give head quicker than maybe.
And I think that's a myth.
No, I'm not saying it is, but I'm saying that's the concept people have, right? So they'll say, or even let's say Chinese, like Asian lady might be tighter than
that's why I hear those stereotypes.
So, I think it's one of those where they have concepts in their head, and then once you experience it, it's like,
oh no, that's not true, right? Oh, it is. Yeah, I'll put on record that the best head I got was from a black girl. So. And I've had head from
okay, all right.
I'm just saying. I'm not putting out there without any bias.
It's that time.
Had a couple tests.
It's that time.
The results are in, man.
I feel like I asked so many questions.
I think it's good insight for the female listeners.
So I really want to know what you feel the duties in the bedroom is for a wife then, because now you're saying like you guys are going through so much. And stereotypically, we don't give you nothing. So what do you feel with that?
No, I didn't say nothing.
Not nothing, but like not enough to get you to that.
For a wife, because obviously I've gone through the stage of just being a girlfriend, and now I've elevated to a fiance, and eventually I'll be a wife. So in the bedroom, I do think that there's some things that it's like we joke about that I'll say like you gotta wait till I'm now your wife, and then you can get this and this at that time.
So there's a level up, is what you're saying.
Yeah, I do think that like I believe that you should not, as they say, why buy the milk when you get the cow for free or whatever. So it's like however that goes.
So why are you complaining about what I just said about the whole one night stand thing?
No, I'm not complaining. It was just
You
conversation.
were mad. You were angry.
No, she
Conversation.
didn't agree, but
Yeah,
then
she
she
was
just threw out
angry.
that analogy
Yeah.
when that's exactly what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
No, but well,
Yeah.
I'm talking. Forget what I'm talking about being a wife.
All right, go ahead.
Yeah,
go
okay.
ahead.
I've never been in the position to say whatever
Yeah.
elsewhere. So what I'm saying is I definitely but I feel like that is something that we could say is a double standard, because I feel like women should more so reserve certain things when it's a real relationship. I think that we should more so be like, okay, well, I'm not gonna go all out, because then I'm never gonna become a wife or whatever. But I feel like with guys, that they shouldn't be like I don't believe that it should be like, well, I'm not gonna do this for you until I'm your husband sexually.
Yeah.
That's what I think.
Okay.
I don't know why, but I just
So
feel
you
that
feel
way.
like men shouldn't hold back? Is what you're saying?
Yeah,
Okay.
no, I don't think they should.
See,
I think
I look at it like, if you're already not doing it now, what's gonna change?
because the reason why I feel that way is because, again, sexually, for a woman to reach the climax is a lot harder for a man.
Well, we can.
So yeah, so that's why I feel like sexually men are supposed to do more to please a woman than a woman is supposed to do, because it's like I don't have to do much for you to get what you want.
But then you
That's how
should
I
do
feel.
that little, and then like it's kind of like you push me up a little, I push you up a little, and keep going. Like, for example, starfish. It's gonna do nothing for me. Like if you're just lying there, then I'll, like I said before, I'll put on my computer. Like you can leave.
Yeah.
If it's where like you're actually into it, doing stuff, especially if you're not just a thing, you're a wife, like you said.
We're only talking wife.
Where's that first spark? Where's that kiss? Give me that kiss. Let's initiate things. There could be a time where instead of me always on top, you push me over and you go on top and you do your thing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I definitely don't think that sexually, like, routine is not good.
Yeah.
But what I'm saying, as in, like, when we bring it back to bringing in other people or things like that of that nature, I would have never done that as a girlfriend. I would never do that as a girlfriend.
But as a
I probably
wife,
wouldn't do it as a fiance, but maybe as your wife, that might be something that I'm willing to talk about.
I like that.
That's what I'm saying.
I feel like
because it's like, for men, if you give a man everything, you're not, most of the time, you're not going to get to that next level, because guys get lazy. That's what I think.
You know that you are every time saying exactly what I
said, but it's all right.
You're just doing it at a different level.
I don't. No, because now we're talking about.
No, but it's the same thing. You just said that if you give a guy everything,
and
that's what's happening. You're coming home or to my house,
and
you're giving me everything,
Yeah.
and now.
No, what I disagreed with was he said he would never give an opportunity to somebody. Well, yeah, okay.
I win, guys. I want everybody to know. Everybody agrees with me.
Forte wins this year.
What I was trying
after
to say.
2 hours.
What I was just trying to say was that I know it's a little bit harder, but I just feel like it shouldn't just be like never.
There could be some needles in the haystack.
Yeah.
There could be needles in the haystack, but I'm not digging through to search for them. That's all.
I don't think you're off with your point. I think that's a very good point. But like you said, at the end of the day, people get finessed. And sometimes finessing is genuine.
Whole finesse conversation. What is
we're gonna have that one.
No, we need it.
I think I'll be quiet on that one. We'll see.
Why?
That was I'm not saying there's anything wrong.
Yeah, but I'm still not trying to give out trade secrets.
I'm not saying anything's wrong with girls having one night stands, or if that's what you want to do. But I'm just saying be selective when doing it,
and understand what that guy might be thinking.
Yeah, exactly. That's it.
Because that's. Like,
I'm not gonna look at you as a slut if you have a one night stand, but I'm just not gonna look at you as a wife. That's it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I think that was a good one today, guys.
Yeah.
I mean, we talked for 2 hours, so it had to be juicy. It had to be good. That was.
I mean, we could keep going, but
we gotta
wrap it up. We
gotta break this up.
Yeah,
Couple different
wrap
episodes.
it up, man.
Don't worry, everyone's listening. That finesse episode's coming.
Mind blown.
Sarah's gonna go home and be like, yo.
Like I learned so much today.
Yeah, like we said, man. Fast food versus the keg, man. Stop getting the slop whoppers. You know?
I feel like,
two can die.
Again, this was just like a very sloppy conversation. Like from beginning to end, I just learned There's so many levels. There's levels.
There's levels
to the sloppiness.
There's slop, there's finesse, there's
skill sets.
There's
one night stands.
Yeah, man.
There's a time to be sloppy and a time to not be.
Yeah. I like that one.
There's a level in the sexual experience as well.
Yeah.
Different levels, not everybody gets.
And what'd you say? Get to your head before you get to bed.
That's it.
Yeah.
Hashtag. That's a hashtag.
Yeah, to remember you.
If you say no, then it's good to go.
Oh man, agree to disagree,
man. This is
if
all
you're
challenges,
listening
man.
and you had a great time in a sub.
If you're listening and you're going to the club tonight,
be careful what
you might want to go home after the club and re-listen to this episode.
You can get his number and
Be careful who buys you drinks.
Play the game.
Yeah. You gotta be ready.
And I know we're supposed to be ending. I just want to throw one disclaimer out there for girls too. Stop acting like a one night stand and then not doing anything. That's also very annoying. Like if you come to my house at 3 a.m., you're there for a reason.
That's another way right up.
Well, I hate that. What if I just want to talk? What if
then
I just
talk on the phone.
Oh
don't
my
come
God.
to my house.
That's not an assumption. Don't ever assume.
That's my assumption.
No,
every time. Every single time.
This
every single
is
time.
a Me Too.
Yeah, this is
a Me Too.
I'm not
you cannot
this
assume.
one.
I never. This is not a Me Too because I never said. No. It's not a Me Too because I never said I'm
I
gonna
can
cross
change
your
my mind
lines.
at any moment.
You can change your mind, but don't come back.
Okay.
All right.
You came here for one reason and one reason only.
A2D the show. Hit us up on all through the social media.
Wow.
Join the conversation, man. It's interesting. It's funny. It's hilarious. And we'll be back at it again.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, like, we're telling stories of other people we know. Long time ago.
Yeah, that's how it goes.
All right.
So make sure you guys stay locked, stay loaded, agree to disagree.
You know what it is.
We out.